What's happening, pal?
I'm 6 feet behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greg.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Here's the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Real Radio 92.1. I hope you just got done listening to Rover on your way to work or whatever you do in the morning, whatever's in on your agenda. We got a lot today for you. Always in the Penthouse, we have Motley Crue tickets at 11:45. And then we told you this yesterday. It's double the prizes this week on Penthouse. You have tickets for Sunfest at 1:45. So 11:45, Motley Crue. 1:45, you got Sunfest. It's all there for you today. 4 hours of entertainment, a lot of fun, and a lot of prizes. WWGD, and of course the All-Star lineup, which gets put together every morning. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning, my little bitches.
Thank you. It turns me on. And good morning, Franny.
Hey, good morning.
I like when somebody calls me a bitch.
Do
It just
you?
makes me feel wanted.
All right.
And
I'll remember that.
I hope you do.
I will.
877-927-6969. That is the telephono if you want to give us a call. Love to hear from you. You can also text Franny at Real Radio 47142. You can watch us on TV. Real TV. Sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. And what is today, Jimmy, on Wednesday?
Hump Day. It's also open bar 2 to 4 at Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Thank you very much. I love that. That's a little, makes my shoe move a little. Open bar today at Monroe's. You can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Don't forget to download the latest iHeartRadio app. Look for Real Radio 921 on there. You're going to see a little microphone in the middle of our screen. And if you press that microphone, you can leave us a message, and we'll play it on the air if you don't swear.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah,
good. And one thing that was fixed yesterday that I felt as I walked in today, and I don't know how, Jimmy, you are over there, the air condition seems like it got
Yeah,
fixed.
apparently, yeah.
Oh yeah, they said it's a blizzard.
God.
I know G-Man's freezing because he's always freezing. I am a little
It's awful
chilly.
bright in here, too.
It is a little bright, right?
Yeah.
It is. And I'm not going to complain. It is a little chilly, but I'm going to take it over. There's been, I don't know, the past few weeks, I'm just sitting here sweating.
No.
So
Literally.
no,
Never mind.
yeah. Good.
I turned the lights down.
I know.
I thought you said it was too bright.
Yeah, that's a nipple joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get that.
High
I'm sorry.
beams are on.
Like the headlights. The
Oh, yeah.
headlights.
Yeah,
Ding,
yeah.
ding.
Yeah, I'm just focused on work. I'm not
Got
thinking
it.
anything like that.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking at nipples, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not.
Like, you can't see Jimmy's nipples right now?
No, I
You're
can
looking
see 'em.
straight
I
ahead
can
at him.
see 'em.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I can see him. I got
Stevie Wonder can see him.
Poke somebody's eyes out.
Oh, wow. Happy
Yeah.
holidays, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back to having numb fingers again.
I love it. Let's keep it as is because
I
we
don't
were
touch anything.
We were sweating the past few days.
It was
Or
hot.
at least I
That's
was.
through days.
Yeah. Well, okay, months.
Yeah.
Years?
Year.
Years.
And that's the thing. It's like we can't find a happy medium.
No.
No.
You know, it's...
But it's good. I mean, again, most people, I think, would you rather sleep out at night in a blizzard or in the desert?
Desert.
Yeah, me too, though. Desert.
Well, I mean, how much clothes do I have? Do I have blankets? What do I have? What do I have?
Whatever you want to wear. It's your
Okay.
pajamas.
Yeah, I'd rather bundle up like this. Like if I know it's going to be cold like this, like
Yeah.
now I have to remember to bring a jacket. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but here at work when it's so hot, it's not like you can start taking off your clothes.
No.
It's inappropriate.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
inappropriate.
No, it's not.
It's-
Well,
at
we
all.
know you, but like for some reason you're allowed.
Now
to
I got to wear pants.
I'm sorry. That
Shrinkage.
Jizu.
Jeez, is right.
Now, I saw something on your list, and I don't even know what the price of it is. What is the price of donuts? You
So
bought-
I don't buy donuts that often, but they're talking about this being a hell of a deal.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have a Krispy Kreme near you, and I know they're kind of far and few in between. We used to have more around here. So they're trying to make us feel good about the prices of gas, or just they're like, we're just going to give you something because we know how much it sucks right now.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yes.
Oh.
So they're offering a way to sweeten your pump day, is what they call it.
Oh.
Pump day is different at your house. I know that, Jimmy.
Damn right. Pump day.
But over the next 4 weeks, starting today, Krispy Kreme is going to sell a dozen glazed donuts for the price of the national average cost of a gallon of gas. So this week's deal will cost their customers $4.11. Now, Jimmy, when was the last time you bought a dozen donuts?
I couldn't tell you.
I know.
I mean, it's just been so long. And even if I did, I don't know how much I paid attention to the price of it. So I don't know if it's a great deal or not.
So when I'm looking at one of our bigger donut places, because when I Google Krispy Kreme, it keeps on telling me how much like this new special. They charge for a dozen $9.99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then it is a great deal.
So it is
it's
a
more
deal.
than 50% off.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a dozen was. I was like, is that a good price or not? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember buying a dozen donuts. in my life, really.
And that's what I'm saying. I can't either, and I don't know the last time I have. I think maybe it was at probably Publix. By the way, was the last time I got a dozen glazed donuts years ago.
Yeah, I might have bought them years ago for work. Maybe bought them in one day. That's about it.
A dozen or two and bring them into work. I think
Yeah.
I did that once.
Yeah, actually, I lie. I did that one Jupiter Donuts. I bought that because when I have like open houses and stuff, because they're just like fancy, you know.
They're probably more expensive.
They are.
Yeah.
They're a lot more expensive, but they're so worth it.
Don't take a donut unless you're serious.
Yeah, unless you're gonna buy the house, no donuts for you.
Don't you dare touch those donuts. You got like little glue under them. People are pulling them.
Yep.
These are hard. Are you a real buyer? I got to check. Oh, so then that's a good price. I didn't know.
Yeah. So it's a good price. I'm trying to see what they typically charge, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I wonder what Double D is.
That was the one I said earlier.
Wow.
Yeah.
So $9.
$9.99 is what I saw.
Well, then that's a good price.
So and I'm assuming probably Krispy Kreme is about the same typically if you were to just purchase some before this. And so they are doing this, as I mentioned, kicking off today. So if you have one by you and you love yourself a glazed donut, do it. And it's going to last about, I think, 4 weeks is what they're saying.
All right, cool.
Yep, redeemable in store, the drive-through, and online pickups.
I hope maybe gas will go down in 4 weeks. I pray.
Oh my God, I hope so too.
Oh God, how was your car? I guess it's a big. It's big, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good in gas. And to fill up, it's like, I mean, now it's like $68.
That's a lot.
But now, with how high gas prices are.
Oh,
The
it's
average,
crazy.
it was like, I don't know, a little over 40.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, mine's a lot. It's like over 80. It's crazy. It really is.
Yours is.
Yeah, it is.
You have a smaller vehicle than mine.
I don't know, just a lot. I don't know my
Interesting.
tank. It used to be 40 to fill it. Now it's like 70 something, $80.
Yeah, mine's doubled.
Yeah, it really has. And unfortunately, like I said, it's just something that you have to deal with if you have to commute to work and you have a long. I know, Jimmy, you have a long ride every day. I know I do. But yeah, it's part of it. I think it's the biggest problem right now Americans feel that they have. Obviously, inflation's terrible too, but the gas prices is really getting everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something, and it was a survey. I think I said it to you guys, and we never got into it. But it looked like there was like a national survey that was done, and they said more people are walking and biking to work than driving. And I was like, they must not be living here. We must be talking about more metro cities or metro areas. Because could you imagine, Jimmy wouldn't be here for like a week.
No, you can't in our situation.
I
mean,
can't.
in the cities you can. Mass transit would help. I know yesterday there was a serious problem, obviously, in the subway. I saw last night the Brooklyn Nets donated $50,000 to all the victims, which was very nice.
I believe they do have a suspect, correct?
Yeah. I think they do.
Oh, did they get somebody? I know they
found-
found a vehicle. From what I understand.
I don't know if they've got him yet,
Yes.
but they have a person of interest.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yes.
have this gentleman of interest. Whether or not they picked him up, they said they're not going to stop, obviously. But 29 people got injured, which is very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But I did see the Brooklyn Nets, and they were talking about it. They donated $50,000, which is very nice. And it's real close to where the Nets play. The subway. It's a tragedy. Again, things like that in life are just so bad and so terrible. You can only hope for the best of the people who have been injured, and that the police catch this person. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday, WWGD Day. Later, got Motley Crue tickets at 11:45, Sunfest at 1:45. How can you forget it? Man, a lot going on. And we'll come back with some more news. And I did something last night. I signed my name on a piece of paper, and I'll tell you guys all about it in the Penthouse. Peace.
We're everywhere you need to be. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, don't be fooled by other dealers' up to trade-in amounts. Only Toyota Kia Vero Beach guarantees you $5,000 minimum for your trade. Plus, if your trade's worth more, we'll pay you more, $5,000 more. And if you owe more than your vehicle is worth, your clunker is all you need. No matter where you live, Stewart, Melbourne, Sebastian, Fellsmere, Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, even West Palm. Only Toyota Kia Vero Beach pays you more for your trade. If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade. Guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, south of Oslo Road on US 1. Online at VeroBeachPaysMore.com. That's VeroBeachPaysMore.com. $5,000 minimum towards new purchase. Only vehicle condition, mileage, history, repairs, and other factors may affect value. See dealer for details.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
Your air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
Fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Serving my country changed my life forever, and when I got home, every day was a struggle. I felt trapped. But everything changed the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Do you believe that something great can be even better? We do. By adding sweetened peaches to creamy peach ice cream, Bluebell has raised the bar on flavor. Try a half-gallon or pint of Peachy Peach today. You'll be better for it.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Target stores and all Super Target stores.
You like a company that really stands behind its product? Well, listen to what Diamonds Direct does. Let's say you buy a diamond today for $10,000, but later on you want to trade up for a larger diamond or maybe a different shape. Well, Diamonds Direct will give you $11,000 towards the new diamond. That's a guaranteed 10% appreciation. Let me say it again. You paid $10,000 originally, but Diamonds Direct pays you $11,000 for that same diamond when you upgrade. 10% more for the same diamond. It's Diamonds Direct's 110% upgrade guarantee, and it applies to diamond pendants and diamond stud earrings as well. You get the extra 10% on a $3,000 diamond or a $30,000 diamond. Doesn't matter. No strings attached either. You can get the 110% trade-up value regardless of the cost of the new diamond. And you can upgrade as many times as you like. Now that's peace of mind. And that's a company that believes in its product. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. In Boca Raton behind Town Center Mall.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spell BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Sunfest tickets $145. That's bang for the buck. And you guys get it twice a day today. So enjoy it the rest of the week. Double prizes. And just our way of saying thank you. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hello. Good morning.
And for a while, if you've been listening, I have this treatment, A Week with the Greek. And it looks like I finally found a script writer. I signed a deal last night. So we're going to get this going. And our projection is that we'll be done with it in mid-July. So mid-July it should be done.
So as far as completing the script, the new script, that's
Writing it?
awesome.
Yeah, so Russo, the gentleman who called us a couple of weeks ago, we've been going back and forth with some possible situations. He has a couple thoughts about changing it, things that he wants to change.
Now, let me ask you something, because we did have a gentleman call us not that long ago and talk about it. Is this the same guy?
Yep.
Awesome. That's
Yep.
fantastic. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, I hope it works out. We'll see. He's got some changes already.
And is it just him, or he's got other writers that are coming on board?
He has one guy, an assistant.
Okay.
But again, he already has a couple changes he wants to do. Whether or not I could go with him, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, but it's going to be probably an everyday process. He'll send me, 10 pages a week. We'll go over it, change it. He wants it to be more of the main character's always talking and telling you what's going on. Sort of like give you like an update. And he wants to start it backwards to forwards.
Like a narrator?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how much and how much say, like when you say you there are some ideas that he has that you don't like, how much say do you have at this point now that you quote unquote sold it?
Well, what I did was I signed with him to write it. And then what I have is if there isn't anything I like, he says to me, then we'll take it out. Then he has a way of he wants to get to know me more, obviously, interview a couple of people that know me, stuff like that.
So for a layman's terms, can I put it that you sort of hired him as a writer then?
Yes.
In a way.
Okay.
Yeah. He's writing the
more
script.
than you sold it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So okay. And see, that makes more sense to me.
Okay.
When
And
I
that
put it in those words.
So are
that's
you
all.
paying him?
Yes.
Okay, got it. And then he's going to work on the script, and then hopefully you guys will have this finished product where then you can pitch it to somebody, and he probably has the in to.
He's got a
people.
couple, and I have somebody that I'm friends with who knows somebody at Netflix.
Okay.
And then
you also said, and I'm not going to say who, but you also told me the other day that you have somebody who you know or is acquaintance with that has a brother that's a massive producer and director in the industry.
yes, and I talked to him 2 nights ago too.
Okay.
But again, the movie industry is very sketchy. Like, you got to be very careful when you start
course.
sending things out and stuff like that, because next thing you know, they can put it up and change a little and see
Yeah,
it.
and it's their story.
Well, take
right?
it.
You
Take
give
it.
them the story,
Yeah.
and then they'll just put new characters to it.
Yeah.
And,
That's it.
with the same premise.
That happened. Help me. That J-Lo movie where she was a stripper.
Yep.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And that one girl went after them because she was like Hustlers, I believe it was called, and she was like,
okay.
"This is my story." She
Yep.
was like, "You guys kind of took it." She said she went and pitched it to people,
Yep.
and they basically took it and made it their own, but based on what she was out there trying to pitch to others.
Oh, I'm sure that's happened thousands
yeah.
of
I think
times.
it's the Cotton Club was a famous story. That movie Adam Sandler did a while ago, Gems.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You saw it, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
and
I
I
did.
liked it. I thought it was good. A lot of people didn't think it was. I thought it was very good. I really thought he should have got some kind of word for it. But there was supposedly a jeweler who said that was his life story.
Right.
And somebody took it. So you got to be careful with it. But there's things he wants to change already from like last night's conversation. And we'll see. I don't want to be that guy, but I think it's easier if you're on the same page with somebody. You have parallel thinking.
Now, have you ever read any of his other scripts or his work? So you kind of already know, and if you like his style of writing.
I got him from Jimmy knows our good friend Sid Rosenberg. He did Sid's second book.
Oh no, I didn't ask where you got him from. I asked if you've ever.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
written you've read his work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And he's, I think he can grasp a lot of the character and what's going on. I just don't want to make it. I like to stay more on point of what it is. When somebody gets it, you have to realize they want to change it and commercialize it and different things.
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff
you got to make it Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that is a very interesting story, but with most things, you do got to add a little extra oomph to attract an audience.
Yeah.
You got to have a side storyline, for something, or and then of course, the narration part of it helps explain things to speed up.
Yep.
The story itself at times. So,
like he just said in the beginning, he wants to change it from the last day and take you backwards. I've seen that in some films. You know what I mean?
Sure. And you start here, you start at the end.
Yeah.
And then
boom,
you sort of, dream sequence and then come back to the beginning and tell the story.
Yeah.
So it was like, did you guys, I can't believe this movie's that old because I just had to Google it and see when it came out, but that Pain and Gain movie with Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson was in it.
Yeah, in
The Rock.
Miami.
and it was Miami, but it was based on a true story, and it was directed by Michael Bay, who did all those Transformers and
he was
action
huge.
movies, stuff like that. So, but it was based on a true messed up story about that kidnapping of that one dude, and these guys were bodybuilders.
Yep.
And torture, the extortion, all that stuff.
Crazy.
But they made it into this like very exaggerated version.
Yes.
And it was entertaining.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
War Games, the movie, that was a true story too about those two kids in Miami who sold all the millions of dollars of equipment, supplies and guns to the U.S. government. So there's been a lot of them. But again, I'll say, and you also have to learn you got to step back a little. I noticed that last night in the conversation. So I was just like, okay, if I'm going to do this, then I have to, let him be creative.
And he's got to put all the dialogue together. That you know the dialogue to some extent, but not word for word. And they've got to make it word for word. So that takes a little bit of obviously
time,
creative,
and know the characters.
It's your baby, and I understand that. I almost kind of relate it to in real estate, right? So I've had sellers before who don't realize maybe the stuff that they have is very outdated, or they have to fix this or this and that, and they get offended if you tell them to change it because that's their home.
Sure.
And so, but you have to be like, we got to make this sellable.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I know does that make sense? Kind of in a way?
You want to appeal to a certain audience.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wants to change a couple things. Like in the story, Kenny never came with me. So, Kenny he was stuck in New Jersey. He wants to bring Kenny with me during the whole week.
To make it entertaining.
Yeah. And
different.
And I'm like, no. He had to stay in Jersey and, just something as small as that in this scenario.
So there's a series I'm watching, shocker, right? I'm watching another show called The Girl from, The Girl from Plainville. And it's based on that true story about that young boy who committed suicide, but she ended up going to jail, I believe, for manslaughter because she was his girlfriend, because she was encouraging him to get back in the car.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a series on it now on Hulu.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And it's very good. And
that's got to be interesting.
It is. It is.
That was deep.
So the way to make it more entertaining, because they really didn't see each other that much. They met on vacation. I'm not going to ruin it for you. Obviously, you know what happens. It's a true story. But they met on vacation in Florida, actually, but they were from somewhere up north and not that far away, like 30 minutes from each other, but they never saw each other in person. So everything is via text. Their relationship, and they even love you, this and that, everything was text. But to make it more entertaining on the series, they show them together, but they tell you that they're not together. So they show them together having a dialogue, like they were together, instead of it just being back and forth via text.
Yeah.
So, and that's just because they're like, oh, we would bore people just showing them going back and forth.
Yeah, and I think more people can relate to that too when they're doing it. But again, like I said, I'm going to see how it goes. It is a process. We're talking about a script I had a week with the Greek, about a week in my life years ago. It's pretty interesting, so hopefully it can work out. But again, it's a process. You're talking 6 months, and then you got to sell it.
It'll take some time.
Well, who knows? It might not even sell.
Hey, listen, the wheels are turning, the ball is rolling. This is a good thing.
We'll see what happens.
Yes.
It is time for it. Go ahead, Jimmy.
By the way, speaking of television series and movies and things like that, one that was very popular and is coming out soon, Stranger Things 4 season, or Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah.
We got an official trailer dropped on us. Go to realradio921.com, look under the Penthouse blog, and you can watch it, and it does not disappoint. So head on over to our website, realradio921.com, under the Penthouse blog, and all our Stranger Things fans that are out there. There you go. You can see a little bit of taste of what season 4 is going to bring.
I feel like it's been forever.
It looks amazing. By the way, if you've never watched Stranger Things and you want to watch it from the beginning, do not watch this trailer.
Okay.
Because there's just too many spoilers.
Got it.
In my opinion.
Okay.
So.
It is the Penthouse. We'll be back with a trifecta, talk a little bit more about Tom Brady and the Dolphins and this day in history. We'll be back. Peace.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there, on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
If you've been involved in a car accident, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
You ever feel like when you're at work, everything you say sounds like this because you're completely unstimulated and you don't care?
But then, when you're talking to your friends about things you're truly interested in and passionate about, you sound like you're alive and loving every moment of it.
Then maybe you should try podcasting with Spreaker from iHeart. It's the easiest way to podcast and get paid for it. Just head over to Spreaker.com, Spreaker, and start your voyage from ugh
to woo!
If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, don't be fooled by other dealers up to trade-in amounts. Only Toyota Kia Vero Beach guarantees you $5,000 minimum for your trade. Plus, if your trade's worth more, we'll pay you more, $5,000 more. And if you owe more than your vehicle is worth, your clunker is all you need. No matter where you live, Stewart, Melbourne, Sebastian, Fellsmere, Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, even West Palm, only Toyota Kia Vero Beach pays you more for your trade. If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, south of Oslo Road on US 1. Online at VeroBeachPaysMore.com. That's VeroBeachPaysMore.com. $5,000 minimum towards new purchase. Only vehicle condition, mileage, history, repairs, and other factors may affect value. See dealer for details.
Sometimes the injury happens in a second, but sometimes it's as a result of the same motion over and over for many years. Let our team of lawyers take a look at your workers' compensation case.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
If you're heading out along 95 right now, things are looking much better than earlier. Had a crash on the northbound side just north of Hypoluxo. That's being worked off to the shoulder. One in Boca, northbound 95, just north of Glades Road, also off to the shoulder. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Emmerich Juttner, for most of his life, was an upstanding citizen. Until the age of 62, he started counterfeiting $1 bills and evaded the Secret Service for a decade. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's prom season, and this week the free iHeartRadio app is getting you set for an epic night with our iHeartRadio prom playlist. Whether you're getting ready for your prom or looking to relive an unforgettable night from years ago, we've got the playlist to get you dancing and maybe even look up your crush on socials.
Ew, he's married to who?
Want to create your own? Create a
One. I am the Greek. Good afternoon, and welcome to the program. Jimmy is here.
Hello, and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And we're going to give you a trifecta, then this day in history.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
When I first heard this story, I thought there's no way this could have happened. It was just speculation, rumors, different things. But this Tom Brady to the Dolphin thing is not going away. And it does seem like from other sources, this was something that was in the works. And it also looks like they were going to try to bring Sean Payton here to coach. Then there was some drama with the Dolphins and Coach Flores, and it seemed like it all went down. But it looks like Brady was going to come here to be in the front office and to start in the front office. And then the Dolphins were going to try to have a trade with Tampa and then get him to actually quarterback for the Dolphins, and then Sean Payton would come in. And more sources are saying this was going on behind the scenes. Whether or not it would happen, I don't know. But wow, that would have been a huge change to the Miami Dolphins. Now, I don't know if they would have did the other things they did in the free agency. Obviously, if they signed Brady, they might not have had a certain amount of money. But this story is not going away, and what seemed to be really just a hocus pocus about a month ago seems like it might have been really going on. And Brady might have been coming to Dolphins to play one more year, start in the front office, and then go right into being a quarterback for the Dolphins on the field, which would have been crazy. And you want to talk about news? Wow, that would have been big. And you want to talk about tickets flying out of here? Ooh, people would have been buying season tickets left and right. But it didn't happen, and Brady's with Tampa. I don't think it'll happen now, but it was just speculation out there. But more and more people are talking about it. I read another couple articles last night. I was like, wow, this thing maybe was really in the works. Yankees won last night 4-0, so hats off to the Yanks. And the Miami Marlins, they lost. So they lost to the Angels again. They're 1-4. I've always said in life, if your team sucks, what do? You bet against them. And hopefully they can turn it around. Their home opener is tomorrow night against the Phillies. They got the Phillies for the next 3 games, next 4 over the Passover and Easter weekend. The Marlins will be home against the Philadelphia Phillies. And in the NBA last night, the Nets beat Cleveland, and they did not cover. We did tell you yesterday all day we like Cleveland plus the 8.5. Woo, and it was close. Because I hate to give losers out. I really do, because people are going to rack and roll you, but it's games, and who knows what's going to happen. But the Nets ended up winning. Kyrie Irving, big night, 12 for 12 right out of the gate. He really lit it up. Kevin Durant played great again. Next up, they got the Boston Celtics, which is also good for us because we don't want to face the Boston or the Nets. Let them play each other and have a tough series. Then maybe the Heat will get one of them down the road. And the Minnesota Timberwolves ended up beating the Clippers, and they also covered. A couple more games tonight in the NBA playoffs, and then we'll find out who the Heat open up with Saturday night because the Atlanta Hawks will take on the Charlotte Hornets. And whoever wins that game will take on the Miami Heat in the first round of the playoffs. And that is your first trifecta. And now, this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, our first 2 tied together a little bit, and we're going to go into the way back machine to 279 years ago today in 1743. Future president, drafter of the Declaration of Independence, and our nation's preeminent political theorist, Thomas Jefferson, was born on this very day. Tied in together 79 years ago today in 1943, another president, Franklin D. Roosevelt, dedicated the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. 58 years ago today in 1964, Sidney Poitier became the first black man to receive a Best Actor Oscar for Lilies of the Field. 44 years ago today, in 1978, during opening day at Yankee Stadium, the New York Yankees gave away thousands of Reggie bars to fans who naturally tossed them onto the field when the star slugger hit a home run at his first at-bat. The grounds crew had to clean up the goodies, delaying the game for quite a while. 38 years ago today, in 1984, keeping it with baseball, Pete Rose smacked his 4,000th hit. The only player with more was Ty Cobb, who had 4,191. By the way, Rose eventually beat that mark, finishing his career with 4,256 hits. By the way, Pete Rose is still not in the Baseball Hall of Fame for those that live under a rock, but he is in the WWE Hall of Fame. He turns 81 tomorrow.
Pete, happy birthday.
Nice, huh? 28 years ago today, in 1994, Billy Joel officially separated from Christy Brinkley. At the time, when asked what she would do, Christy said, "I'm moving out."
I see what you did there.
Nice.
That was terrible.
I didn't think it was bad.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was actually delightful.
I thought it was great, Jimmy.
Yeah, I thought it was like. And she really went on to some career with dating guys.
Did she say, I'm going to go be an uptown girl? Is that what she said?
Exactly.
Yep.
Isn't that what that song was about her?
Yes, it
If
was.
I'm not mistaken.
She was in it.
Yeah.
In the video.
She was in the video and everything.
Yeah.
Yep. And he wrote it about an uptown girl.
25 years ago today, 1997, more sports. Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer to win the Masters at the age of 21. Tiger won his fourth Masters in 2005 and his fifth just a couple years ago in 2019. 18 years ago today, in 2004, Barry Bonds hit his 661st home run, passing Willie Mays to take third place on the lifetime list. Bonds is now the all-time leader with 762 home runs. 18 years ago today, in 2004, Crossfade released their self-titled debut album featuring their biggest hit, Cold. 13 years ago today, in 2009, Phil Spector was convicted of second-degree murder for shooting actress Lena Clarkson. He was sentenced to 19 years to life, I should say, but he died in prison in January of this year. And finally, 7 years ago today, in 2015, Avengers Age of Ultron premiered in Los Angeles. It opened in Europe a week later and officially in the United States on May 1st. And that's what happened on this day, April 13th, in our history.
The thing that's pretty cool about that with Barry Bonds, you talk about, he passed Willie Mays. Willie Mays was his godfather. So,
no kidding.
Wow.
Interesting.
I did not
There's a
know
little
that.
piece of trivia that some people enjoy. Go to the bar and make some money with that one, huh,
Hey,
kids?
why not? Well,
And then my other good friend who has called the show once in a while and more on the sports end, Drew Martin, lives in Las Vegas, which we talked to him yesterday, Jimmy, you remember. And Pete Rose lives in his building in Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
world.
And he says he sees him all the time. And, Pete's not the friendliest of guys.
no, that's unfortunate.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's
For
not
some reason, I think he'd be like the fun party,
Right?
Yeah.
dude type thing.
But he's in his building right in Vegas.
That's
and he said
pretty
he's the floor before him, but every once in a while I'll get in the elevator with him and see him.
What did this thing say? He turns 81 tomorrow, so...
I'm going to text him. Tell him happy birthday.
Yeah, get off my lawn.
Hey, Pete, happy birthday.
Or my elevator, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, unfortunately, something we may be talking about in this day in history is of a very sad passing. Well, actually, it would be yesterday, the 12th, but beloved comedian, actor, and he was just going to be here in our neighborhood at the Palm Beach Kennel Club in a matter of weeks. Gilbert Gottfried passed away yesterday from a very rare genetic muscle disorder. So his publicist was talking about it. It was type 2 myotonic dystrophy, which is a kind of muscular dystrophy, and he had it for a very long time. And they said that it typically appears in people who are in their 20s and 30s, but sometimes you don't realize you have it until later on in life. And so his family did say in a statement that he died after a long illness. And it is just a very sad day. He's been here on the Penthouse a couple of times.
You had a great connection.
Always such a great, just a nice guy.
He's got young kids.
And very young kids, just an incredible career. I mean, just everything that you can think of he's been in, from Disney movies to all kinds of comedies. He plays the parrot in Aladdin.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic
The Aristocrats is great.
The insurance company.
Yes, he was in Beverly Hills Cops too.
Oh,
yeah,
he was hilarious in that.
Yeah, he was an Aflac duck. Just one hell of a career. And
Aflac.
Yep.
But a great guy, so funny. In the studio, really nice, down to earth.
Yes.
Had a special connection with Franny.
You just, and you just knew him from his voice. You didn't even have to see him. You could just hear him, and you're like, that's Gilbert Gottfried.
One of the most iconic
voices. Yes. The voice, the face. And I saw him on something where he kind of turned it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, are we being fooled this whole time?
Yeah.
This is something that people just know him.
He was always in character.
Yeah, always in character.
Yeah, that's what they said about him. But yeah,
67
very young.
years young.
But
very,
I couldn't believe he had, looking into it like everybody else yesterday. He had 2 young children.
He did.
Yeah,
and a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of them as well too.
Very sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think, like most things, most people, nobody really knew he was sick.
No, I'd never even heard anything about something like that.
They don't like that. I think a lot of times, people, when you're in the limelight, you don't like to put it out there.
And sometimes, like we always say, if you don't feel good, get yourself checked out. And this might have been something he knew forever, almost like a Norm Macdonald, right? Like he hid his sickness for a long time. And so, but they're saying, like, listen, people can have these symptoms for quite a while. And this is a doctor talking about this from Northwestern University Center for Genetic Medicine. Before they even notice it. But she said, symptoms of the disease, such as breathing or heart muscle weakness, tend to develop more as people age. Some patients may not be diagnosed into their 40s, 50s, or 60s, but could have started getting it in their 20s or 30s because that's when it's most likely to happen. So they may confuse their symptoms with other age-related health problems.
Sure.
And they said it's very, very common. She said one of the things that you always notice first in patients is that they have trouble getting up out of chairs and difficulty going upstairs as well, too. So, we always say this, and I can't preach enough. Like, if something just feels off, don't kind of put it off.
Well, guys are worse than women.
Make sure you go to the doctor.
Men are worse than women.
They also say other symptoms include slurred speech, jaw locking, prolonged muscle contraction that makes it difficult to release, like a doorknob, for instance, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So just make sure you take care of yourself.
Lost a lot of comedians this year. Really have. Just seems like every time you turn around, somebody's passing away.
Mm-hmm.
But again, 67, way, way too young for him to pass away. And he was supposed to be at the Palm Beach Kennel Club coming up.
Yep.
But again, took everybody by surprise. It always does when somebody you don't know is sick, obviously. And he looked good too for his age. He didn't look, not that 67 is old, but he didn't look 67. To me, he always looked like a big kid. You know what I mean? That's the way I always visioned him. And when he came in, he was the same way.
And acts like it, so that kind of ties it in together.
Yeah. He was funny. And
he was great on the roast.
He was funny. He really was. He made fun of himself. He was great, Eddie Murphy, with Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop 2. He portrayed like a lawyer or something like that, but he was hilarious. 877-927-6969. If you have any kind of memory of him and you want to share it with us, give us a call, or what you liked him in. Famous role or anything like that. Always want to hear about you guys, because a lot of times when people pass away, it reflects a part of your life too. If you've been around them or watched their job, or what they did, anything, we want to hear about it. And also, everything's on the table with the Penthouse. You know that. You can talk to us, call us. If you're as disgusted as we are, like most Americans, about gas, you can give us maybe have a solution or something you're doing differently because of that. I know a couple people that I know are starting to carpool together. That's always a big thing. But again, you might have some inconveniences or not go at the same time or, different things like that. But let us know and give us a call. And again, 11:45 Motley Crue tickets. And then at 1:45, you got Sunfest tickets. There it is, people.
Yep. So you guys mentioned Pete Rose, and there's another celebrity athlete who has, people kind of look at him as being pretty crazy as well, too. And I'm talking about John Daly.
Oh, John Daly's crazy.
John Daly. He's my hero.
I love John Daly.
Cigarette in his mouth, wacky pants, loves himself some booze. They even call a drink after him. It's basically an Arnold Palmer. You just add alcohol in it, and there you go. There's a John Daly.
I don't like him with the beard, but he looks crazy now.
No, you don't like him with the beard?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't been a participant in the Masters in over 15 years, but he made an appearance. His last appearance at Augusta National, by the way, was back in 2006. But he still likes to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He sells merchandise.
So he was, what they say, left off the invite list for the 2022 event. But he hasn't let that stop him from having a good time, because he is good time John Daly.
Oh, he's crazy.
So they say he brings his tradition of bringing his RV to the Augusta Hooters for the great week of golf.
I'm
not even slightly
I'm not
surprised by this.
No.
So he made his annual stop this year at the restaurant to hang out, drink some beer, enjoy some food, sign some autographs, and sell, of course, some of his merchandise.
Of course.
Yes, yes. So I guess they know that he's there, and he did. He has a bunch of pictures of some of the Hooters waitresses. So, and he's grown one hell of a beard. I mean, that thing is impressive.
He's like ZZ Top.
It is impressive.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
I'll have to look at a current picture of him.
Yeah, the article that I sent over, Jimmy, if you click on it, you scroll down, there's some pictures that they posted on social media. He did on his Instagram, and he's with some a Hooters girl, and you can check him out. He does look a lot different, but man, he can grow a beard.
Yes, he definitely can. He's playing golf with his son now a lot too.
Yes,
I know him and his son won 2 years ago in Orlando when Tiger and his son.
They did, yeah. They said, but after the event wrapped up, then he made a short trip over to Myrtle Beach to show off some of his musical talents. I didn't realize he had musical talents, but I guess he did.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up hopping on stage with Darius Rucker and the rest of Hootie and the Blowfish as they jammed at their annual Monday After the Masters concert. So it sounded like he had more fun than anybody else in the Masters.
Yeah, probably didn't make too much money as far as winning, but he was probably sold a ton of stuff. His book, In the Rough, if you ever want to read it, I recommend it. It's a great book, quick read, but my God, the stories that about him and his wife, and his wife got arrested at a St. Jude golf tournament for bookmaking.
Yeah.
I mean, slot machine stories where he loses $500,000 one night. And I was at the Wynn one day, and I really got my ass kicked. And my casino host brought me the book, and I was sitting in the pool. She goes, "Greek, read this, and you'll be back at the tables tonight." And I'm like, "What is this? John Daly's book?" And I read it, and it was
Made you feel better about yourself?
Yes, it did. It made me feel great.
You know, it's funny. We've seen how like Peyton Manning and Eli have gotten together and doing this Monday Night Football thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to do the same in Major League Baseball with Kay and Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
How about John Daly doing it with golf?
Oh yeah, I think it'd be great. I think that'd be perfect on the golf. If the Golf Channel thought out of the box, because again, he's ruffled so many feathers with what he does, and he's also a guy like you don't know, like he can do a show in the afternoon. He's great, and then 3 a.m. something could happen to him that the sponsors whatever, but he'd be perfect. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know. Like, we'd have to brainstorm to think who you could pair with him that would have a good time. Like, is good with golf.
Bill Murray.
And there you go, Bill Murray and John Daly
doing the Masters,
play-by-play on the Masters.
I think that'd be great.
Oh yeah, especially Murray's pass with Caddyshack.
That's what I meant. That's what I thought about it.
Perfect.
He can do that voice that he does. Here we are.
Out of nowhere from Augusta. Cinderella story.
Yep.
Out of nowhere.
I think
he's got 450 yards. He's going to hit him with about a 5-iron.
Oh, my God. I think Bill Murray and John Daly, I would watch golf. Oh, my God. You want to talk about that? Put them on a camera, the two of them sitting there. John Daly.
Oh, he got a hold of that one.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
Oh, you would do it all day. I mean, I'm calling the Golf Channel this afternoon. It's mine. I think it'd be great. I can see John Daly because he is a chain smoker. I know somebody who was around him.
You know, it's funny because Randy said, go look at the link. So I pulled it up, and it does. It's got a couple pictures of him, and I see the beard you're talking about. And, of course, he's got a cigarette.
Oh, my God.
Sitting there with the Hooters girls.
Oh, my God. Cigarette, M&M's, and Coke. I mean, that was him even when he was playing in the tournaments. He would always have like a Diet Coke. He'd crack it up. I remember in his book, he goes, "I always drink Diet Coke."
Yeah.
Hey, M&M's and smoking a cigarette. God bless him. You know what? It's worked for him. He was a great golfer. I mean, at a young age, he won the British Open. They just don't forget how he's going to take it, take over golf. Obviously, he got a little sidetracked with some things. One thing was gambling. But he
alcohol.
And alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of alcohol.
Maybe. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder what was in all those Diet Cokes. But yeah, no, he's a character. But John Daly and Bill Murray doing the Masters. That would
be fun.
I think it'd be great. I'm telling you. The Golf Channel's looking for viewers. That's what they should do. And I think all sports could do it. They just have to find the right people. Football actually found the Mannings, and the Mannings, obviously, with the household name, everybody knows who they are.
Perfect personalities for it. Yep.
And there's chemistry there. Obviously, they're brothers, so it works. But I think somebody like that would definitely work. Baseball, I don't think A-Rod's going to work with Michael Kay. I just don't see it. I'm not being negative. I don't see the chemistry there with them. And that's what makes everything work, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, their only tie is the Yankees.
That's it.
Yeah.
And are they buddies? So they're not buddies or anything before that? Or
They might be, but I mean, that's like their tie together, right? Yeah. There's that and the fact that, A-Rod has obviously rubbed a lot of people the wrong way over the years, to put it nicely.
A-Rod's reputation got better when he was with J-Lo.
Yeah.
People liked him more. He was more likable. He made fun of himself. He didn't take himself as serious.
Yeah. But he's still a Yankee.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's still a Yankee. And Michael Kay did, he was the announcer for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what kind of relationship they had, those two together. But I don't think that that's a great combination. But there'd be some. Now, I think Pete Rose is great on the air. When I hear him and he did some stuff over the years, he's to to me, he's like lightning in a bottle.
There's exactly, and that's I think what people are looking for. That that different edge, that different way of hearing the game. And that's what the Manning brothers brought for football. So I think if they're going to do something like that, you're right. I think they should do. Maybe go down. But they have this, and hey. Let's give it a chance. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work.
The thing that baseball's doing different this year is, and it's unbelievable, they're miking the players, which I saw on ESPN, when they're actually in the field, which is crazy. And they're talking to them in between pitches. This is a new thing. I mean, to me, that's a major distraction. But the other night I was watching the Red Sox-Yankee game. They got the guy mic'd up, and he's talking during every pitch, and then all of a sudden he'll get set. The Reds, they had... I forget his name, the first baseman starts with a V. They had him mic'd up, and he would be right next to the runner. Then he goes, I'm going to play behind them, and actual signals he was given. I thought it was cool. I don't know how much it does to take away from the player, because you got to be your head on a swivel. You know what I mean? You got a mic on you. But I thought that was something cool. I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Depending on the equipment that you have to carry for it, I mean, I don't know how much that would distract you.
They had
if you got something strapped to your leg or
something back to their back belt.
The transmitters, usually, we often see it with our news reporters that have that the battery pack.
Yeah, it was their battery pack. It was on their back belt, and then the mic was up here. So they were just talking and it was picking up. But I thought it was cool. Whether or not, I don't know if I would think it was cool if I was a manager, or if a ball goes over somebody's head because he's talking.
Well, if you're like leaning back to catch a ball and then you trip and you fall on your back and then you got that thing jamming you in the back.
That's right.
That can't
feel good.
I don't know. I think of weird things like that where how it can be, can interfere with the normal play of the game.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But I think Pete Rose be great. Like I said, John Daly and Bill Murray do a golf. And I'm not into golf, but I would listen. There's no doubt about it. I thought it'd be funny. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. On a Wednesday. I'm always a couple days behind, which is great.
Behind or ahead?
Whatever.
What?
Whatever, Franny. Look it up.
I
don't even know what day it is. I had to look up what year it was this morning.
We're behind.
Is it
You're right.
2021 or 2022?
We're in 2022.
All right, I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. Franny's got some Florida stories. What's going on, Franny? Anything you want to tip the scales with?
Sure. We have a Florida man who faked being a DEA agent so he could get some food in his belly. I will tell you all about that and so much more on your What the Florida right here on the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1.
This must be why God created YouTube. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
Sunfest is back. Join Real Radio at the hottest party of the year, Sunfest 2022, taking over downtown West Palm Beach, April 28th to May 1st. South Florida's largest music and arts festival with performances by the Goo Goo Dolls, Adam Lambert, Slightly Stupid, Nelly, and tons more. Plus, let loose on their floating bars, see their art district, amazing fireworks, and more. Get your tickets now at sunfest.com and find all the details, including the daily lineup and your chance to win at realradio921.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Serving my country changed my life forever, and when I got home, every day was a struggle. I felt trapped. But everything changed the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
You like a company that really stands behind its product?
Well, listen to what Diamonds Direct does. Let's say you buy a diamond today for $10,000, but later on you want to trade up for a larger diamond or maybe a different shape. Well, Diamonds Direct will give you $11,000 towards the new diamond. That's a guaranteed 10% appreciation. Let me say it again. You paid $10,000 originally, but Diamonds Direct pays you $11,000 for that same diamond when you upgrade. 10% more for the same diamond. It's Diamonds Direct's 110% upgrade guarantee, and it applies to diamond pendants and diamond stud earrings as well. You get the extra 10% on a $3,000 diamond or a $30,000 diamond. Doesn't matter. No strings attached either. You can get the 110% trade-up value regardless of the cost of the new diamond. And you can upgrade as many times as you like. Now that's peace of mind. And that's a company that believes in its product. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. In Boca Raton behind Town Center Mall.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
Emmerich Juttner, for most of his life, was an upstanding citizen. Until the age of 62, he started counterfeiting $1 bills and evaded the Secret Service for a decade. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
95 looking good right now. A crash in Boca northbound, just north of Glades Road. That's off to the right shoulder. Turnpike southbound, an accident, hit and run, being worked off to the right shoulder. This is right by Boynton Beach Boulevard. Just a minor slowdown there. And Southern Boulevard, West Palm, you have 2 right lanes blocked for construction eastbound. This is at Olive Avenue. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Emmerich Juttner, for most of his life, was an upstanding citizen. Until the age of 62, he started counterfeiting $1 bills and evaded the Secret Service for a decade. Be sure to listen to this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Manager. That's
I was jumping.
Yes, or if you're listening to us on that absolutely free iHeartRadio app, thank you so much for tuning in. G-Man is here, but he said I have to go outside and warm up because he's freezing with his Mr. Rogers sweater on. It's so cute.
Oh, my God.
We have Jimmy in the house. Hey, Jimmy.
I'm freezing, too. It's 64 over here.
Oh, my God. I'll believe it. My fingertips are so cold, but I'm going to take it. I'd rather be like this.
I'd rather be hot.
I don't.
I'm sorry. I feel like
you're not a girl. You don't have boobs. It sucks. It's not as
I
fun.
do.
Jimmy does.
I just need all I need is just a light jacket and I'll be fine. And I just don't have one.
My iced tea is frozen. I have a jacket in the car.
Your iced tea is not frozen.
It's frozen.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
But thank you so much. Everybody out there is probably like listening, and there's some people who are working on roofs or like climbing through attics, and they're like, "Damn you guys."
Yeah, listen to these morons.
Yeah.
We're proud of it. We're proud
I can't believe you guys have AC. Yes, but hello. Thank you so much for tuning in on a Wednesday. This is a WWGD day.
If I make it.
What?
If I make it.
If you make it?
Till 1:30. Oh my God, it's cold.
Are you going to die because it's cold?
No, I'm not going to die.
Oh, you're going to leave.
No.
Yeah, I'm out.
Then what is it?
That's it.
Then what is it?
I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I got to keep my hands in my shirt. That's how cold it is. Freddie's going to give us some Florida stories now, and a lot of them will definitely shake you up like a blender with a banana in it.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida.
I'm from Florida?
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, it looks like somebody crashing to anything is not good.
No.
But when you crash into a police officer's vehicle,
Oh, boy.
that's a really bad day.
That's got to be one of the worst feelings in the world. Like, you look up, you got to be like, are you bleeping kidding me?
Yeah, well, this happened to an 83-year-old Florida man. Ooh, he was identified as Gerald Byrne, the driver of this truck. So this guy, they said, police said an officer was investigating, and I feel like this happens quite often, where a cop is investigating another crash.
Yep.
Because this is such a familiar story. But this just happened. And as the cop is investigating a separate crash near State Road 200, a driver of a Ford pickup truck, known as Gerald, crashed into the back of the officer's vehicle.
I mean, that's why they always ask you when you see a cop with sirens on or flashers, pull over a whole lane. You hear it all the time. God forbid, sometimes tragedy where police officers get injured or God forbid lose their lives.
Yes. So the officer, thank goodness, was not in the vehicle and was in the process of issuing a citation to the other driver that he went over to the crash. And there was video that shared. I'll see if I can get that up for you. So they say not only did Gerald, 83-year-old Gerald, not only did he crash into that car, the officer's car, but he also struck another vehicle that was involved in the unrelated crash and a tow truck.
Wow.
So he had himself a day.
Yeah, and at least everybody was already there that they needed.
Oh, boy.
The police and the tow truck.
Well, he did show signs of impairment and failed field sobriety tests.
Oh, God.
Initial breath test indicated his BAC was 0.157, which is nearly 2 times the legal limit in Florida. Police say they also found 2 bags of cocaine in Burns' boots.
Really?
Man,
Wow.
Gerald, 83, is still kicking.
Oh, yeah.
He's a party animal.
I'm
Jeez.
going down swinging, Jimmy.
Wow.
83, I don't care.
83 and doing blow and getting wasted.
Nice.
And hitting a cop.
Yeah,
All
hitting
right.
cops, tow trucks, cars. So yeah, don't do that.
Well, that's the bad.
That's the bad part. That's the bad part.
Babanya.
Oh boy, Gerald.
Age is just a number to Gerald. He don't care.
Oh yeah.
And
Either that, he was like, screw it. I'm 83. I'm gonna party hard.
Let's go get some bitches.
Yeah, just don't get in your car, Gerald. How about that?
That's what you needed. That would be the last thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 girls in the car.
He just left the place that I talked about yesterday where they hooked the electrical stuff up to his junk.
Oh, wow.
He was ready for the ladies. He was ready to party.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know what? Like, Gerald, have a good time. Just don't go behind the wheel. Just don't drive. How about that?
Yeah.
And then we have a 78-year-old woman who unfortunately was the victim of a man who took advantage of a situation. So this guy's name is Mystery Shiloh Demarest, 49 years old. So I guess he was given access to this elderly woman's bank cards, credit cards, all this, because she allowed him to move into her home to help her as she cared for her sick husband. So he was supposed to be there just for help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she would allow him to use her credit card to like go to Publix and do little things here and there. And then she started noticing that like large packages were showing up at the house with his name on it. She's like, this is weird. So then he was like, told this older lady that it was his girlfriend who was responsible for these purchased packages and promised her he would return everything for a refund because she started noticing on her bank statements that those packages were on her credit cards and her bank card. Well, after he was like, it was my girl, I'll give you full refund. Then he disappears. Moves out of the house, does not come back. So the victim lost contact with him. And upon checking more of her bank records, she found that he'd purchased a lot of stuff, plane tickets, hotel rooms. Also, it looks like he bought 11 Gibson, Les Paul? Is that
Les
what I
Paul,
say?
yep.
Yep, guitars, 2 Marshall reverb boards,
Wow.
7 large speakers,
She must have some
drum
credit.
set, several music stands, all kinds of stuff. And he purchased a storage unit with all that stuff to put all those things in there. And there's pictures of it. They're really nice. But yeah, all kinds of things. So cops are actually looking for him. Obviously, they know who it is. They have his name, and there is a warrant out for his arrest, but deputies are currently searching for Mystery Demarest, whose whereabouts are unknown, but they think he may be in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is he traveled to 3 years ago using other people's money, too.
Ooh, so he's done this before.
Maybe he's there. Yeah.
But this lady had some line of credit.
Yeah. So then also, as I mentioned, we have a dude who faked being a DEA agent and he was hungry. I guess he thought this was the best way to do it. David Stover, 57 years old, was arrested at a Wendy's. And the reason why is because he wanted a discount on his fast food order. So he pretended to be a DEA agent. Police say they were called to Wendy's because a customer was arguing with staff. So the officer said that this Stover guy was demanding a law enforcement discount and started threatening. And he was saying he was going to report the staff to corporate for not giving him this discount for law enforcement. They said that he was a regular at that Wendy's for the past couple years, so workers knew who he was.
He's not a cop.
Jeez, you don't even go to one where people don't know who you are. What a moron.
So they said
Jimmy's
that,
like, do some effort.
So they said that he used to get a discount at the restaurant because he had a friend who was a cashier there.
Oh.
But that person left their job. So then after that, he was like, well, I still want my damn discount. Obviously, none of us are friends. So he started saying, I'm a law enforcement officer. The manager at the store told investigators that he would often tell workers he was an undercover DEA agent and would occasionally flash a bag when asked for proof.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Well, they say investigators say Stover denied ever claiming to be a DEA agent. However, he did admit to carrying a concealed carry permit badge, which he claimed he showed the employees because they asked to see it. He is now facing charges of impersonating a law enforcement officer, all for a discount on a burger. And that is your What the Florida.
All for 35 cents.
That is it.
35
Really,
cents.
right?
Now he's going to go to jail. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're going to come back. We'll talk about a lady that used to be in a bathing suit that was pretty iconic, and now she's on Broadway. It is Penthouse. Peace.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time. Celebrate spring at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Discover vibrant dresses, modern suits, and more from $24.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Celebrate spring at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Discover vibrant dresses, modern suits, and more from $24.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable 5G network. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability assessment wins in 2H 2021. Wi-Fi networks not tested. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
For over 150 years, CIBC has helped people go from where they are to where they want to be. From leading a few employees to managing an entire workforce. From starting local to going national. From generating wealth to generations of wealth. At CIBC, we believe a bank should take you from where you are to wherever you want to be. CIBC, ambitions made real. CIBC Bank USA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
95 looking good right now. Crash in Boca northbound, just north of Glades Road. That's off to the right shoulder. Turnpike southbound, an accident. Hit and run being worked off to the right shoulder. This right by Boynton Beach Boulevard. Just a minor slowdown there. And Southern Boulevard, West Palm, you have two right lanes blocked for construction eastbound. This is at Olive Avenue. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
iHeartRadio wants you to see the Who Hits Back tour in the U.S. city of your choice.
We don't get fooled again.
We'll fly you there, take care of the hotel, get you 2 premium tickets to the show, plus the Baba O'Reilly VIP package. That includes too many things to mention, but trust us, it's amazing. For your chance to win, just open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to The Who Radio. Tickets to the Who Hits Back tour on sale now at livenation.com. See The Who in the city of your choice from iHeartRadio.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeartRadio station.
Hey Penthouse, Jeremy here from West Palm Beach. Congratulations, Greek, on selling the script. That sounds cool. You know, you start at the beginning with some narration, right? A la Goodfellas, and then they flash to the end scene shenanigans, and then boom, they rewind it, and they tell you how you got there. Sounds cool to me. I'd definitely watch it. Peace.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Back to the Penthouse or the Icebox, whatever you want to refer to. Today we are freezing our ass off. And my God, I got 3 sweatshirts on right now, and it's still not keeping me warm. I need about 4 brunettes. Jimmy's in the house.
That's expensive.
Always is. Might be worth it with the heat. And of course, Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And you guys are with us too. It is the 11 o'clock hour. So at 11:45, you got a chance to win tickets to Motley Crue. They are going to be in our neighborhood, and we're going to give you an opportunity to win tickets. And then at 1:45, Mingada, Pancakes Backwards. You got Sunfest tickets at 1:45. So double header today. 2 prizes for you people. Best audience in the world, bar none. And it's our way of saying thank you. Doubling up on the prizes. So for years, Pamela Anderson was on Baywatch, and she was pretty, I would say, big star for a while. And then she got pretty famous when she got with Tommy Lee and her sex tape. But now she's on Broadway. And it seems like her debut was pretty good. And she was in Chicago. And it's good for her because I think she always wanted people to take her serious and, you know, put her in roles in TV and other movies where she really wasn't taken serious. So I think that's cool that she did well in her debut.
I wonder what her singing voice is like. Have you heard her at all?
No, I have not heard what her singing voice would be like. But I imagine she had to be pretty good to get on there, obviously, and to make it. I think if she was terrible, they wouldn't have put her on. And then maybe this is
No,
something
not
she-
terrible, but she could be okay, right? And
Yeah.
just still bring in an
Her
audience
name.
because of her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as long as the story's good and interesting, and
Well,
you know,
Chicago's great, but it's a musical.
Yeah.
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 So it's
that's-
been around so long.
So that's why I wonder why. Yeah. And I know what. Help me. What's the name of her character that she plays? I got to find out, but I think it's the same one. I believe that Roxy Hart
Okay.
is the character, and Christy Brinkley has played her before. There's been a couple people who've been
cool.
on Broadway who have played her. And if you ever watched the movie, I think that was Catherine Zeta-Jones
Okay.
because they had Chicago on
Yep.
the big screen.
Yeah, that was good. That was
And
one
was
of
it
my
Renee
dad's.
Zellweger?
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah, you're right. It was one of my
Yeah.
dad's favorite movies. He used to love watching Chicago. He liked that. I liked the music, everything. So hats off to her. I hope it works out, and I hope she does well with it. Jim, we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we got John on the line. John, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey guys. Hey, I used to listen. I've been listening to Real Radio for 20 years, 25 years, something like that. But believe it or not, something weird happened. Ever since Dano has been off the radio, this is the first time I turned on. I mean, your show's really good and stuff, but I literally quit listening. I haven't even turned it on for because I really enjoyed their show so much. You know,
So do we.
great and fun.
We agree.
We agree 100%. We miss Dano. Another.
Have you guys noticed, or has anybody noticed the ratings down a little, or did they lose any listeners?
Well, Dano's only been gone 2 weeks.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even.
It's not even 2 weeks
Not
yet.
even 2
So
weeks.
we wouldn't really, know if that's the case or not yet.
No.
But, yeah.
No, we were all friends with Dan. We love Dan. He's done a great job for the station for 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hilarious. I mean, your show's good and everything, but their show is just off the freaking rails. They got, what's that other show on late at night?
Lex and Terry.
Lex and Terry.
Yeah, Lex and Terry. They did a call-in yesterday, what do God, right? That was sort of like the quickies they used to do. And people were calling in doing the clown routine, and just like Dan on another. It's such a funny show. Oh, my God. I think they could really get picked up by somebody. I don't know if it's me, but was their ratings really high?
Excuse me?
Tons of for Dano and Notre show.
The ratings were okay. Yeah, they were good. No problem with them. Again, these are decisions that are made above us.
Yeah.
We don't make them any of these decisions. And bottom line is they tell you, and that's what happens.
Yeah, and we agree. We all enjoyed their show. All the shows are different on Real Radio, right? What they had to offer was great, and it was very caller driven as well too. There was a lot of people involved who were listening, but unfortunately, we did not make that decision, and so it is no longer. But yeah, as far as ratings, we don't know.
No. But thank you for sharing your opinion on it, John. We really appreciate you out there listening to us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
hope you
pal.
keep listening.
Take care.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show. You can also text us, Real Radio, 47142. Franny will check those when she gets a moment, and if they're out there and they're okay, she'll read them. You'll become famous. Also, you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com, and Jimmy will get their emails and also read those.
So I didn't know. Did you guys know that the Murray brothers? So I got a couple texts, by the way, that Brian Doyle Murphy was in Caddyshack too. He ran the Caddyshack.
Yes.
And then somebody said that the Murray brothers is another one, have a restaurant called the Caddyshack at World Golf Village in St. Augustine.
Could be.
Did you know that?
I'm not familiar with that. No. I've never heard of that before.
Because you were just in St. Augustine. I know you love Caddyshack, so I was... I don't know if you went or not.
I didn't notice it, but there's all kinds of restaurants there. We never even went out onto the one island that a lot of people do. It's part of the touristy part.
Okay.
But I'm not surprised by this at all. Yeah.
Yeah, Caddyshack was just such a great movie. So many people loved it. Really, and it doesn't seem like it gets old. People can watch it, and it's one of those movies you just sit down, you watch it, and check it out. And just, again, they were talking about that. When did they just have the anniversary, Jimmy?
Beat a ball, Danny. I think they did have an anniversary not too long ago.
And they were talking about all the stuff behind the scenes, and it was made during a hurricane. And just, all the people there. Bill Murray was just like, we talked about him earlier. He's hilarious. He really is. He just kills me. That voice that he does. And Jimmy, you do a very good impersonation of him, by the way, with Bill Murray. I like that one.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
I like. He's just one of those guys that he does drop in. They say occasionally. He was for a while at weddings and different things and bars, and I think he's just one of those guys you can hang out and just hang out, have a cigar with him or whatever.
Bill Murray, known for dropping in on places, and it looks like somebody else is following his footsteps because doesn't it seem like more and more we hear about like Tom Hanks doing the same thing?
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
He just did a photo bomb at that wedding in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah. Tom Hanks.
And he did another one at a beach wedding in California.
Yes,
he did.
We talked about that one day too. So I don't know. Maybe he's taking a little notebook out of Bill Murray's book, huh?
Oh, I think that'd be really super cool. I mean, if you do that, and if you have a wedding or something, somebody pops in that's a big star that you like. Oh my God! Then years later, you could just say, "Yeah, I was friends with him. He walked. I invited him."
Yeah. You're like, they'll believe you. Look, he's in the picture.
There he is.
There it
the
is.
wedding party.
Hey, we invited him.
Yeah.
He showed up.
He was there. He was breaking my stones to get invited. So I finally said, "All right, come on, Tom. Whatever you want.
All right,
let's go. Get in the pictures. We'll do the whole 9 yards." Which, yeah, that would be cool. At your wedding, who would be a celebrity that you would want to pop in? Call us 877-927-6969. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's just somebody star. I can see a lot of people with sports. Maybe like Brady pops in. The Rock. That'd be cool. You're a Yankee fan. Maybe Derek Jeter comes over, hangs out at your wedding. Those would be ones that you'd be like, wow, this is so cool. And then obviously take pictures with them and, do the whole 9 yards. They don't have to stay. Just pull in and maybe give a gift. Maybe. You don't have to, but if you want to give a gift, you do that. And maybe you put them on a spot. See, Derek, I can't believe you came by. And plus a gift? My God, how do I thank you? I can't believe it. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. And the weather outside is beautiful, and that's what we love about South Florida, beautiful weather. At 11:45, your chance to win Motley Crue tickets. I'm going to come back with a trifecta, talk a little bit more about the NBA playoffs, and then at 1:45, we got tickets to Sunfest. All today for you. That's right, you, the audience. We'll be back. Peace.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Market Disruptors Live May 6th through May 8th in Dallas, Texas. In these uncertain times, it's never been more important to grow your wealth and protect your freedom. Learn how to do that and more with today's top experts at Market Disruptors Live, May 6th through the 8th in Dallas, Texas. Save your spot now at marketdisruptorslive.com.
Serving my country changed my life forever. And when I got home, every day was a struggle. I felt trapped. But everything changed the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop, exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now, 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Florida Army National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Hi, guys. It's me, Brian Baumgartner. And maybe you've heard my podcast, The Office Deep Dive. Well, now I'm expanding it into even more of your favorite shows in my new podcast, Off the Beat.
Hey, everybody. I'm Rob Riggle.
Hi, I'm Allison Hannigan.
My name is Jamie Lynn Segler, mezzo soprano.
Eric Stone Street. I played Cameron Tucker.
Listen to Off the Beat on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Looking good along 95 in Palm Beach County. Had a crash northbound, north of Glades Road. That's still off to the shoulder. Just inside Broward, a crash northbound, just south of 10th Street in Deerfield Beach. Southbound Turnpike by Boynton Beach Boulevard, a hit and run, that off to the shoulder. And elsewhere, not looking bad. We just have those typical slowdowns along busy roadways like North Lake Boulevard in Lake Park. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
If you're tired of the wokeness in just about every entertainment show out there,
day with giveaways. Motley Crue coming up in about 10 minutes and change, your chance to win. And then Sunfest tickets at 1:45. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And we do a trifecta. Then I know we got a couple people on hold. We'll buzz over to them, but we're going to kick it off with a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creep's Trifecta.
If you're a Yankee fan, you got a W last night, winning 4-0 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Hats off to the Yanks for getting a W. Miami, our team did not do so well. They lost to the Angels, so we're 1-4 as the Miami Marlins. And what do you do when your team is not good? You bet against them. Starting tomorrow night for the Passover Easter weekend, the Marlins will be home, kicking off their home opener 14th against the Phillies, and the Phillies will be in town all weekend. So maybe on Sunday have an Easter egg hunt and go and see the Marlins and root for them to win. Last night in the NBA playoffs, the Nets beat Cleveland. Kyrie Irving, big night, 12 for 12 he started. This guy was hitting everything as they beat Cleveland by 7. But they did not cover, and we did tell you to take the Cavaliers with getting 8.5, so we're happy today. Because when I give out a game on the air and it wins, I hope somebody bets it and wins because I want to see people be happy and make money. Also, Minnesota beat the Clippers by 5. They covered. Next up for the Nets, they will play Boston. And tonight, the Miami Heat, they open up their playoffs Saturday night down in South Beach, and we'll find out who we're going to play, Charlotte or Atlanta. And that is your trifecta, 2 of 4 today. And we'll be back next hour with another one. Jimmy, who do we have on hold?
We got Lou on the line. Lou, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, how you doing, gang? Great show, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lou.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you, you were talking about golf before. I once saw Bill Murray at Pebble Beach.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And, well, I don't know if you remember this one, but he, he's a riot. He's a scratch golfer. He's a great golfer. But he took the lady in the wheelchair and rolled her all over the place, and she loved it. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I remember him being at Pebble Beach because that was a big thing.
Yeah, well, AT&T was sponsoring, and he would always go. And, this was it's typical funny skit it is, And she just absolutely loved it. He was pushing her all around the hole, and it was unbelievable.
That's awesome. I mean, Bill Murray's great. I mean, again, he's somebody who can get away with that. He's a funny guy, great personality, and I think he touches so many different demographics and ages for people. He's a cool guy. He seems like a lot of fun.
He is. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys is, and I might be wrong on this, but 2 weeks ago when I turned you on, I think it was a Monday, at your normal 9 o'clock slot, you guys weren't on. The other thing was on. Some other show, I guess. Can't remember the name.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Yeah, we got our hours moved 2 weeks ago. Now we're 10 to 2.
But I went searching, and I couldn't find the schedule change on the internet, which I thought was interesting. I searched all different, Real Radio scheduling, Real Radio Palm Beach, and I couldn't find anything on it. So, and I searched a lot of different ways. So I wondered, did that ever get out on your...
corporate takes care of it.
So it takes some time sometimes because corporate handles our websites.
Yes.
It's not local. And if you go on there now, Lou, if you go to realradio921.com, it will give you the accurate times now. So you will see that Rover's 6 to 10, we're 10 to 2, News Junkies is 2 to 6. Probably just when you did your search, it just wasn't updated yet.
Especially if it was a week ago Monday.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
I'm just curious about that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, great, guys. Always a pleasure to talk to you and listen to you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. You too, Lou.
Thanks, brother, man.
Take care. Speaking of, on the text line, we have people getting in touch with us at 47142. Looks like we're going to have to take a trip to St. Augustine or Myrtle Beach or Scottsdale, Jimmy, because I know you're a Caddyshack fan.
Let's go.
So somebody said that Caddyshack in St. Augustine has been there for at least 10 years. Plus,
Okay.
At least.
Sure.
And that's the same. I've been to St. Augustine 3 times, and I've had no clue.
I'd have to look to see where it is compared to where we were.
Yeah.
Because, again, we didn't, we were pretty much right on the main strip there. We didn't,
Yeah, we
veer
were
too
too.
far off of that, other than the normal, the trolley thing that goes around,
Okay.
and that takes you all around. It different. It shows you all the Flagler and all the nice churches that they have in town and
We
everything.
didn't go beachside. We stayed
Right.
so more the downtown St. Augustine every time we go. And also, we have somebody said that there's actually more than one Caddyshack restaurant. There's one in Myrtle Beach and one in Scottsdale, Arizona. They say the bar stools are golf bags, which is pretty cool, and the fans are old lawnmowers.
Oh, cool.
They said that, they said,
That's awesome.
Isn't that fun? They
I
said
love
the
it.
St. Augustine location has the gopher crashed into the front of the building in a golf cart.
Well, that's cool.
I know. I feel like we've been missing out. They say the restaurant is in World Golf Village, which is west of I-95, so maybe that's why. And then we talked about, people were saying Tom Hanks and Bill Murray have been, like to drop in. So Blake Bortles, who is the ex-Jags quarterback,
Yes.
dropped in on a wedding they were attending. He was playing golf, and we all recognized him from the course, took pictures and shots with everyone, and guess what? The Jaguars lost the next day.
Not surprised. I don't even know a lot of
I think
people.
it had nothing to do with the pictures, maybe the shots.
yeah, maybe the shots. I don't know if a lot of people would even recognize him or know him. But that's pretty cool that they did recognize him and that they did go for him and talk to him, and he was cool. And then they lost.
Well,
the
I mean,
next day.
maybe if you're in Jacksonville,
Yeah,
you probably
sure.
more so would.
Yep, no doubt about it. And then
Yes.
if you're out in Jacksonville, you might want to try to let him have a couple drinks and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up losing, and then probably that spread like wildflower. Hell, he's out. That was a rep about. He had a little bit of a rep of being a little bit of a partier and not really studying the playbook. Again, it was just out there. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. But that's what was out there about Blake. Jimmy, who do we have?
We have Phil on the line. Phil, welcome to the Penthouse. Is this Phil Rizzuto?
Not anymore.
What's up, Phil?
Hey, good morning. Great. Enjoying the show.
Thank you.
I lived up in St. Augustine as a golf pro up there for a few years, and the caddy shack that they have in St. Augustine is actually in the World Golf Village,
Okay.
which is off I-95 up there, just a little bit north of a little bit north of St. Augustine. It's in the actual facility in there, and in the corner of the bar there, they have the seating. They have little gold emblems on the bar itself. It's for Bill Murray, Brian Doyle Murray, and I guess there's 4 brothers. I'm not sure, but right in there. And that was apparently the original one that they had opened. And so we had our employee party from the golf course that worked at up there. And that was, but there's nothing as far as I know of downtown, so for an old town.
Ah, okay. Well, then.
Okay,
that
so
would
yeah,
be
somebody
why.
was saying west of 95 over there in that
Gotcha.
area. But I'm guessing, even though it's in that world of what? What'd you say? 'Cause
World of golf.
Well, yeah, I know I got a couple texts that said the same thing. It's 100% open to the public. It's not like some kind of country club.
No, it's like a jam area, and then you have, history of golf, and then it has a little bar in there. And it's a really neat place, a pretty big-sized place. And just as a side note, I had to get my playing ability test for the PGA of America. You have to play a certain amount of holes in one day, 36 holes in one day to the target score. And I took it in 1983.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to be on what was Rolling Hills Golf Course down in Fort Lauderdale. And it's a different name now, but we played on the course that they actually filmed on. And it was absolutely so invigorating to be out there playing and trying to shoot a score because it just helped you relax. Just thinking about Bill Murray, cruising around out there. And the old little caddy shack was still sitting out there in the middle. It's a real little teeny building. And then
That's
the
cool.
craters from when they did the explosions. Yeah, the explosions, they had the 2 big craters, or there was actually 3 craters, in between 2 fairways where they blew up the course. So
That's cool.
But it was cool. The 18th hole coming up 18 where he was doing a Cinderella story out of nowhere here in Augusta.
Oh, yeah.
Up the side.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
It was really
I like to get that drop. Yeah, that is very funny, with Bill Murray doing. That's cool. That had to give you a little juice.
Yeah, I did pass it that time. It was 2 times before I didn't, but I got that one. So
That's awesome.
It was kind of neat. But thank y'all so much. Just wanted to throw that out there.
No, we appreciate it. Thank you for listening, and thanks for the memories. Good job. 877-927-6969. If you have something you want to add about Caddyshack or Bill Murray, love to hear it.
I got this drop from the movie.
Oh, somebody stepping a duck.
Somebody step on a duck.
Hey, you want to make $8 the hard way?
Isn't there one about the hat? Rodney Dangerfield, you get some.
I don't have the drop, but was it?
You get a
oh,
soup-
give me 8 of those. Give me 12 of those Naked Lady golf tees. Give me 8 of those golf clubs. Oh, that's the worst looking hat I ever saw in my life. You get a hat like that, you should get a free bowl of soup.
Remember that?
And then he looks over at Bill. Oh, looks good on you though.
Yeah, he was so funny.
Ted Knight. He had it on there. His character.
That's right. And Rodney Dangerfield. Oh my God, he was hilarious. Oh, he was
$50 says the smells kid picks his nose.
Oh God, they're just funny lines, like you said, iconic lines were just so funny for that movie.
So kind of sticking on the golf talk a little bit, the Masters Sunday, they said, had a sizable viewership bump compared to years past. They're saying, that a lot of people weren't thinking because Tiger wasn't doing super great, but given the fact that Scotty Scheffler began Masters Sunday with a 3-shot lead over Cameron Smith, and before winning the tournament by that same margin, they thought that the ratings for the final round wouldn't be all that great. But in fact, that wasn't the case at all. They say that the Masters Sunday saw an uptick in its ratings, and according to CBS, the final round of the 2022 Masters was the most watched golf telecast since the final round of the 2019 Masters, where Tiger Woods actually slipped on that green jacket.
Wow.
Some people may be surprised. I'm not.
No, I think anything to do with Tiger, whether he was winning or losing. Even a lot of guys I know were watching it. They were still supporting him.
Mm-hmm.
Want him to finish the whole event, and him just being out there. He's got that charisma. He's got that that extra touch where people love it. So I'm not surprised. I'm sure CBS, when he first said he was playing, was probably praying that he made the cut.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, they said it was an average of 10.173 million viewers, which is a 7% uptick from last year. And then the highest number of viewers at one point was 13.16 million tuned in between 6:45 and 7 o'clock to see him, Scheffler, finish off his win on the second hole.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It is now time for you guys to pick up your phone and call us guys, 877-927-6969. If you want to go to Motley Crue, this is your opportunity to get tickets for a great concert. And also, you know what? That's going to be a great performance by a couple big bands with Motley Crue.
Yes.
And 877-927-6969. Franny will give you who's most likely to. And then you have to pick between Franny, Jimmy, or Greek. It's not that hard. But you got to think.
Who's most likely to wear a shirt that says pew, pew on it? See? You asked it like that, and it's Jimmy. That's how easy the game is.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a great example.
Great drops, by the way.
People are like, what? He really does have a shirt that says pew, pew.
I do.
So call us right now, 877-927-6969. Jimmy will get you on the air, and then we'll start the contest. And if you win, you'll be on your way to go see Motley Crue.
Mm-hmm. Motley Crue and Def Leppard with special guest Poison and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Boy, talk about a star-studded lineup. That's Saturday, June 18th for their stadium tour at Hard Rock Stadium. So give us a call right now, 877-927-6969.
Here it is, boys and girls, your opportunity. And don't forget today, if you miss out on this prize, we got something else for you. 145 today, Sunfest tickets. The big event on the waterfront, it is back after 2 years of missing it because of COVID. It is back this year, and you definitely want to go to that and have a great time. Talk about great music there. A lot of fun, great food, great atmosphere, and just kick back, enjoy South Florida. Perfect time of year. Sunfest tickets at 145 today in the Penthouse. Don't miss it. That'll be simple, too. That'll be Jimmy saying who he said, she said, where he reads a quote, and then he says, who said it? Did Franny say it, or did Greek say it?
Yeah, and speaking of, remind me after we do our giveaway to kind of give y'all a PSA, because it looks like at this past weekend's music festival that I attended on Sunday, we had some people with some sticky fingers once again. So got to be something you got to make sure you take care of.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some of your pictures on Instagram last night. They're very cool of you and your friends hanging out at the festival, which is awesome. So if you guys want to check it out, you'd always follow Franny on our Instagram.
Well, yeah, I have. Well, you can also, they're up on Real Radio 921 as well.
Cool.
Yep.
So again, right now, pick up the phones, 877-927-6969.
Speaking of Instagram, go to realradio921.com, enter the Penthouse blog, and we're going to keep the tradition going of the Graham Girl. So you got today's Graham Girl of the day is up there, and she's another smoking hottie. So check her out.
Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we are going to start our wonderful game here with Logan. Logan, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing great, Logan. How are you, my friend?
Can't complain. A beautiful day.
No, you can't. It is a beautiful day. You can complain about other things, but not the weather down here. How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
5-6 years.
Oh, that's a nice little run you got going so far. What do you think of that Greek kid?
Everybody's tough on him. He's a good guy.
Aw, thank you, Logan.
See, that's how you do it, Logan. You kiss his ass. That's how you win. That's a winning solution right there.
Got to,
Don't change the formula, Logan.
Somebody's got to.
Just kidding, Logan.
Yeah, because Franny does it.
Sure don't.
Nope. You don't have to tell me.
All right. You know how the game is done. I ask you a question, who's most likely to, and then you just got to pick out of the three of us.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh, yeah, we got to turn off our cameras. Hold on one second.
Tilt mine down.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you the question, and then just give us a moment to place our votes, and then Jimmy will actually cue you up for your answer.
Right.
Okay. Let me
Oh, my God.
pick out of my million. Are you all right over there?
Oh, my God. It's so cold.
Okay.
He had to move the icicle out of the way
Got it.
to move his camera, turn his camera off. There's a big ice.
No, he
there's
had
an
to scrape.
icicle.
He had to scrape the camera.
Yeah.
to get the ice. All right. Out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to make the loudest noises while kissing? Now, give us a moment.
All right, we have our answer. Greek can vote later. Out of the three of us, Logan, Richard, no, I'm kidding. Out of the three of us, Jimmy, myself, Francis, or Greek, who is most likely to make the loudest noises kissing?
Oh, boy. I would have to go. I'd have to go with Greek.
That's how you win, right there. See?
Why?
Yeah.
Have you heard yourself?
It was all about kissing. Ass.
You do everything aggressively. You drink aggressively. You eat aggressively. You say, "Hey, Francis," aggressively. You're just very
Although
aggressive.
you need kissing badly. What's wrong? You should be kissed and often by someone who knows how.
Kiss my ass, bitch.
Yeah, you're just
See?
very,
Right there.
You're very passionate when it comes to things.
Logan, great job, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold and get some info from you here in a couple minutes. Hang in there, buddy. Don't go away. We'll get you set up with those tickets to see Motley Crue and Def Leppard. Oh, boy, that's going to be a great show.
Yeah. Congratulations.
All right, cameras.
I know, camera's back on. Why are you so offended by that? G-Man's shaking his head like
He's
he can't
offended
believe.
by everything.
Well, yeah, why? Have you ever heard yourself drink a soda?
Once in a while, I will
Okay.
make a mistake. That's why I'm drinking iced tea now.
No, that's not what. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just saying you're very passionate with things. It's like you do everything very, like there's a little behind everything you do.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm going to have to ask the guy I was with last night if I'm allowed kissing.
You like that with
Yeah,
sex?
ask them. We tell them to call in. Anybody who's Kiss Creek, call in.
God.
Call in. Text me at 47142. Start off with Real Radio.
We're only on till 2.
Oh. Too many, huh?
877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you want to get involved with the show today. Who would you like to drop in at your wedding or maybe even birthday party? What celebrity would you be like, wow, this is so cool?
Greek.
No, you don't want me. I went a celebrity or a star is what we were looking for. And don't forget, at 1:45 today, we will be giving away tickets to Sunfest. And everybody wants to go to Sunfest, and it's back after 2 years not being around. We miss it like everything else in our life, and it's going to be back, and you get a chance to get tickets today at 1:45.
You know, it'd be pretty fun to drop into the wedding. Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, yeah.
There's a guy, huh?
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, he'd go around and, of course, he would everybody would ask him to do the voices.
Yeah. Oh, I think that'd be
Here he
great.
comes.
Spit on me. Oh, that's nice.
That escalated.
Does he do Stewie? Does he do?
He does
That
most.
is-
a
yeah,
lot
he
of
does
the
most of
characters.
them.
Yeah.
Stewie, Peter, Brian.
Oh, I would love to hear Peter Griffin. Oh my God, that's. Oh,
We
I
haven't
love
heard
it.
from Peter in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Our friend Peter
Yeah,
Griffin actually
yeah.
checks in with us from time to time. We
does.
haven't heard
Yeah, I
from him.
love that voice. I think that'd be hilarious. Yeah, you're right, Jimmy. They would just sit around and ask him to do it.
He'd be fun, yeah. Because I've seen him do some talk shows, especially over in England.
Yeah.
and they always do. They ask him to do the voices, and apparently it does. It isn't something that bothers him or offends him.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's really who you're a big star. Big fan of. I'm sure there are people who would like to have J-Lo come by their wedding or something like that.
Oh yeah, like Ben Affleck. I'm sure he hopes that she shows up at that wedding.
Supposedly he asked her to get engaged and she was in the tub.
Naked.
Yeah, so I was like, it's a good time to get a ring.
That's the way to do it, huh?
Naked question. I
Yeah,
always said it for years.
Greek
ladies.
said, yep.
I've always said, if you want something, be naked when you ask. I don't care what the question is, your odds are going to go up.
Did you hear what she said too?
No.
Did you ever imagine your biggest dream could come true? She began in her newsletter Saturday night while at my favorite place on earth, in a bubble bath. My beautiful love got on a knee and proposed. I was taken totally off guard and just looked into his eyes, smiling and crying at the same time, trying hard not to get my head around the fact that after 20 years, this was happening all over again. I was quite literally speechless. And yes, I said yes.
And then she
Well,
said, love doesn't cost a thing.
No, but of course. Okay, so Ben Affleck probably had like these big plans to go and do this, and he's probably just sitting there, just watching her in a bubble bath and going, "I got to put a ring on this right now."
Yeah.
That's a hot piece of ass right there.
Yeah.
So that's the other guy's side. So I just gave you the romantic side. And there's the guy's side.
He probably said to
Look
her,
at that.
Yeah, I would have said, I know you've heard this before, but this time I mean it, and a lot more. Do you want to marry me again? And she said yes. And so they are supposedly going to get married soon. So hats off to Ben and J-Lo. And she's been engaged a few times.
Meanwhile, Greek said, "Oh, damn it.
Florida, you got to lick quick.
Oh, well, blew that one."
Is that what you said?
It always does help to lick quick, especially if your rent is due. 877-927-6969. Who would you want to stop by your birthday, your wedding? Somebody that you would be like, wow, I can't believe he stopped by and made the whole show and the event a lot cooler. Some celebrity, well, George Clooney be cool. Brad Pitt. I wouldn't mind him. I'm Brady. I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, come on, it's Brady.
So we got a couple more texts in.
He takes over the show too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you see the video of him? He gives his son no mercy playing basketball.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
No mercy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Says I can still beat him.
Oh, and he does. It does. So we got a couple texts, and a lot of people know about this Bill Murray, the Caddyshack bar. We're getting a lot of people about the World Golf Village as well, too. So I'm sure you know this, Jimmy, because you're such a fan of the movie, but Rodney Dangerfield and Bill Murray improvise their roles in Caddyshack. They said there's a copy of the script in the entrance area of the restaurant as well, too. When you walk in there.
I think a lot of it was improvised. I think even Chevy Chase's, a lot of his lines were all improvised.
Yeah.
He said that
Rolling Holes golf course, the one that the gentleman called in and said that's where Caddyshack was filmed, I guess is actually in a city called Cooper City, which is just south of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, interesting.
They said that somebody else at that golf course was named Rolling Hills, now called Grand Oaks, just west of Nova University. They said they have a gopher as a mascot. And at one point, Wayne Huizinga owned it.
Oh, cool.
They used to work on the GPS system on the golf carts, and they had to restart the system when was told Mario was out for playing. What was told Mario was out playing for money. And then we have somebody else who says, Franny, at the WGV, World Golf Village exit, there's now a Buc-ee's. And I have heard so many good things about Buc-ee's. That enormous gas station with the beaver as its logo.
Is that new or something? Or is it just some sort of new sensation? Because all of a sudden it's all over social media.
Everybody loves the Buc-ee's. I mean, I have a girlfriend, and my sister's the same way. When her and her husband travel down from Georgia, they make sure they stop at Buc-ee's on their way up or down to, like, he loves the sandwiches there, but then there's also, like, the Buc-ee, like, nuggets or something.
Okay.
And, but they're, like, they look like little pretzels that are stuffed. There's all kinds of things, but Buc-ee's is, and that's I don't know if they're new or if it's just this big craze that's just
new
really
phenomenon or something, or like somebody all of a sudden discovered them and it just saved social media like a flash mob.
They say they're supposed to be like the size of like Home Depots. Like it's our Wawa's on steroids, and there's tons of pumps too, like pumps for gas pumps, so you don't have to worry about it. But
that's the thing. They're, like you said, it's a trucker's truck stop type thing. You know, where
I don't even know if truckers can go there though. I think there was something I heard that truckers can't.
Oh, they can't. Well,
they can't accommodate them, and I don't know, but Buc-ee's.
That's what exactly I thought they were for.
Yeah, so they said it was an enormous gas station, and then the ice plant, as you know, would be a much better bar, I guess, than the other one. And I love the ice plant. The ice plant's the one that's right next to the distillery in St. Augustine. They're connected. That's the restaurant bar that's really, really good. But yeah, so thank you so much for all this information about Caddyshack and the golf courses over there.
Very cool.
Yes.
Thanks to the audience all the time. And again, we'll be back in a few minutes with some fun facts. But if you had somebody who could stop into one of your events, maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's a birthday, just hanging out, who would you want to stop in? Could be a ball player, could be a celebrity, could be a singer, somebody that you'd be like, wow, that is awesome. Guess who stopped by? It is the Penthouse. We'll come back with some fun facts and a lot more. Peace.
Got YouTube? Yeah? Us too. Just search Real Radio 92.1 on YouTube.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
You ever feel like when you're at work, everything you say sounds like this because you're completely unstimulated and you don't care?
But then, when you're talking to your friends about things you're truly interested in and passionate about, you sound like you're alive and loving every moment of it.
Then maybe you should try podcasting with Spreaker from iHeart. It's the easiest way to podcast and get paid for it. Just head over to Spreaker.com, Spreaker, and start your voyage from ugh
to woo!
Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, you need a big law firm to fight for you. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
People in South Florida have figured out now that Diamonds Direct is by far the place to go for the best diamonds at the best prices. But did you know that savvy buyers as far away as Los Angeles and New York City are now driving to Boca to buy their diamonds? These high-end shoppers have discovered that Diamonds Direct has one of America's best selections of large, rare diamonds, from 3 carats to 20 carats, all certified by the GIA. Because of Diamonds Direct's international connections and tremendous buying power, we are one of only a handful of jewelry stores in the U.S. that carries a large selection of rare GIA diamonds. In fact, Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection includes a stunning array of high-end Riviera necklaces, 20-carat tennis bracelets, and an extraordinary collection of rare precious gemstones, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and even the really hard-to-find fancy yellow diamonds. Come see why Diamonds Direct in Boca Raton is the destination for high-end shoppers all over America. Extraordinary selection, impeccable quality, and unmatched value. Diamonds Direct, behind Town Center Mall in Boca Raton.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop, exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now, 7 convenient locations. Visit GlassChamberFL.com for more.
If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, don't be fooled by other dealers up to trade-in amounts. Only Toyota Kia Vero Beach guarantees you $5,000 minimum for your trade. Plus, if your trade's worth more, we'll pay you more, $5,000 more. And if you owe more than your vehicle is worth, your clunker is all you need. No matter where you live, Stewart, Melbourne, Sebastian, Fellsmere, Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, even West Palm, only Toyota Kia Vero Beach pays you more for your trade. If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, south of Oslo Road on US 1. Online at VeroBeachPaysMore.com. That's VeroBeachPaysMore.com. $5,000 minimum towards new purchase. Only vehicle condition, mileage, history, repairs, and other factors may affect value. See dealer for details.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Northbound 95 just south of Woolbright, a crash that could cause you just a minor slowdown, though. No lanes are blocked in the area. And on the Turnpike 1 accident, this is northbound. It is right by the Lake Worth Service Plaza there. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Panera. There are so many words they could use to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $1 delivery fee when you order on their app.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. 12 o'clock. Tick, you know what?
Penthouse, and just gave away Motley Crue tickets. And at 1:45, we'll have some tickets for Sunfest. Waterfront, big event down in West Palm Beach with great music, outdoors. You'll be having a good time, great food. Definitely something you want to go see. And also, it's been gone for 2 years, so that adds to the prize. Jimmy's in the penthouse.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Franny's here.
Franny's here.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I'm not.
Because you're an offender of something? The biggest offender?
Go ahead, say it.
You told me to say it, so don't even start.
No, I knew you were going to. I have, Jimmy.
I knew you were going to do it because you told us.
You did.
No, but
I
I'm saying,
wasn't even going to say anything.
Jimmy, have you not seen me clean out the microwave and the refrigerator over the last few years on Saturdays?
Have I ever, have I ever actually witnessed you do it? No, I have not. You mentioned it that you have.
Yeah.
I see you clean in here.
So,
I see you clean the countertop out there on the island that we eat at, but I've never actually seen you clean out the refrigerator.
Yes, and Greek has said he's cleaned out the refrigerator, but clearly by cleaning it out, maybe like taking out a few items here and there, because our girl Megan, who is on Pillow Talk, so she's still part of the Real Radio family, she sent out an email last week to us saying, hey, if you got anything in the fridge, get it out because I'm getting in after that, because there was a smell coming from our fridge and programming, and that thing was stocked full of stuff. So now it smells very clean, smells like bleach. You open it up, there's hardly anything in there because she warned you, I'm cleaning everything out.
Hope she didn't drop my pasta from today.
So she said, oh, no, there's nothing in there, so probably. So she looked at me and she goes, you want to know who the biggest offender was? And I was like, who? And she turned around the corner and pointed at Greek. And I was like, what do you mean?
She's always been a stool pigeon.
She said, no, she said there was so many things from Joseph's Classic Market in there.
Yeah.
And specifically had his name on it. She said she found something with a date on it from 2019.
Wow.
That was 3 years ago.
Yes! And it was leftovers.
Our pasta's good.
Oh, my God. He goes, well, what was it? I was like, do you think we could make out some leftovers?
I hope she didn't drop my pasta from today.
I think, babe, there's nothing in there.
Did she drop my pasta from today?
I'm guessing she pulled through. There's nothing in there except water and beverages.
That's really selfish, Megan.
Well, it wasn't selfish. She did a good deed.
But today's date was on there.
Well, I don't know.
She screwed me Christmas week when I had to bring her food every day.
She cleaned out.
It's just a normal day then.
Got screwed. You get screwed all the time. She took on a feat and a chore that nobody else wanted to do. Even Mo and Sally, even Sally from Cool 105.5 was like, God bless you.
I'm going to go see right now if she took out my pasta.
Sally, matter of fact, is walking around in a hazmat suit, just knowing it was going to happen.
Exactly. I think they made a video about it saying, man, things have been in there for a long time. That main garbage can she had to fill up too, it weighs probably like my weight. It probably weighs 100 pounds right now.
Curtis can't even lift it.
It's so heavy.
I hope she didn't throw my lunch today.
I don't know what to tell you. I opened it. I don't see your lunch in there. So
nope. I guess you got to
take a pizza.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah. She cleaned it out, and he's very mad about this. But yeah,
well, today
she said there was stuff from 2017, a yogurt.
Well, she was looking at dates, and she would have saw today's date in there that I put there.
Well, G-Man, I don't know what to tell you.
That's life. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Sometimes you get screwed. Sometimes.
She's always been a stool pigeon.
She's never been a stool pigeon. She did us a good deed.
Yeah, she really did.
There was a smell coming out. You're just mad because your pasta's gone, but she cleaned out stuff that had stuff growing on it that you left in there for 3 years. It was a science project. All right, let's do fun facts. Today is National Scrabble Day. How about that?
Nice.
We're going to do fun facts about Scrabble.
Triple word score coming right up.
Did you know that Scrabble was actually invented by an unemployed architect? People assume it was invented by a writer, teacher, librarian, or whatever, but they said nope. The honor goes to Alfred Mosher Butts.
But nobody threw out his lunch.
Nope. An out-of-work architect.
I gotta go check. This is pissing me off.
Oh my God! I think it's gone. It's clean. I didn't see anything in there. He combined elements from anagrams and crossword puzzles to create
lock
the
the
story.
door.
I know. I'm afraid when he comes back in. I'm telling you, I don't think his lunch is in there.
Oh, there's nothing in there.
No, just beverages. My Guinness is still in there, and a couple Heinekens. But that's about it. Oh, he's mad. All right.
You might have to concentrate on the show instead of food for once.
Scrabble, by the way, was not the game's original name. Originally called Lexico, and later named Crisscross Words before gaining its permanent moniker. They said it was first called Scrabble by James Bruno, I don't know, a friend of the inventor. His last name was Butts, who played the game with him. After coining the name Scrabble for the games, Bruno and his wife created a partnership and began manufacturing the game in 1948. Macy's placed the first big Scrabble order, if you weren't aware of that. Scrabble history notes that President of Macy's played the game while on vacation and ordered a few games for his store. They said sales soared, and within a year, the game was a huge hit and games were rationed to stores around the country. A man from Malaysia, well, he is the top-rated Scrabble player in the world. I'm not even going to try to say his name. Ganesh is his first name, is the world's top-rated Scrabble player by the World English Language Scrabble Players Association. Yes,
he's
that
big
is a
time.
real thing.
Oh, Ganesh, forget it.
Yes, Ganesh.
Whatever.
He played.
Brandy, look it up.
I know, he's so angry.
Give me some lunch.
He's so angry. He played 636 games, winning 450 of them.
Ganesh.
Whatever.
Oh, my God.
His high game score was 709 and his low score, 264. You know, to me, this means nothing. I have never sat down and played a game of Scrabble.
Really?
Nope.
No kid.
Sure have not.
Don't play Scrabble?
Over 300 words were added to the game last year. Last September, Merriam-Webster added over 300 words to the 6th edition of the official Scrabble Players Dictionary. They said it is officially okay to use the word okay, as well as the 14 other words that were added to the Scrabble Dictionary, which I have not looked up. What else do we have on here? Men and women play Scrabble for different reasons.
Oh, I'm sure.
Why do you think why?
Because they want to show they're smarter than the other one. I would think that.
But that's the same reason.
I said maybe one wants to show they're smarter, and the other one wants to show they're smarter.
That's not what you said. Oh my God. So psychology.
That's a different reason. Apparently.
So psychology research.
Where's my lunch, Jimmy?
I don't
Tell
know.
her.
It's in the garbage.
It's in the garbage.
I'm going to go look because this is brand new.
Oh my God.
I can't believe that girl
dare
you.
So studies show that men and women play the game to meet different needs. Men focus their energy on practicing anagrams and evaluating the game, while women are more apt to play Scrabble as a hobby. So that's interesting. So men, they want to focus on the anagrams and evaluating, and like there's more analytical and whatever. While we're just like, well, it's just for fun. Let's just do it as a hobby for women. Yep, very very interesting.
Like marriage.
Did you know Scrabble was a television show?
No. Steve Harvey.
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Yeah, from 1984 to 1990. And guess who was hosted by? Who hosted everything?
Chuck Woolery.
Yes, you are correct.
Nice, Jimmy. Downtown
You
Bang.
are correct.
I think I've seen it. I think I watched it at one time.
Oh, yeah, I did not.
He hosted everything, especially back then, right around that time frame. Yeah, Love Connection.
Yeah.
Who was the guy, Jimmy, if only you can remember this, who hosted the Gong Show? Oh, I see his face.
So do I, with the curly hair.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know Mike Myers hosted it later on, but he didn't play. He was like dressed up.
Who took
had
Rick's
a British
lunch?
accent. And nobody took his lunch. His lunch got thrown away.
What we know is Megan.
Yeah, it's in the garbage.
Thank you, Megan.
Boy, I'm going to know his name as soon as it's said, too.
I'm sure somebody's texting us right now.
I'm sure they are.
Yep. And finally, on your Scrabble fun facts. There's a Scrabble robot, by the way, and they say if you play the Scrabble robot, you will never win. They say, attention, Super Scrabble players who are getting bored playing with mere mortals. There's a new kid on the block. It's a robot equipped with AI and a camera. But they also say, newsflash, the robot wins every game. But it does dole out consolation prizes. So I guess maybe when you're doing online Scrabble, I don't know. I had no idea.
Well, because
Scrabble.
a computer's going to know every possible word combination, whatever letters it gets. Yeah, it's
yeah. Never gonna win. Never gonna win.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and there you go with your Scrabble fun facts.
Thank you, Franny. Always good to put a smile on our face with different facts. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday, a day we will always remember. Because somebody threw out my lunch. But that's fine. We know.
They said I got a text at 47142 start off with Real Radio. He said, oh, big surprise. The same guy who leaves lobster in his trunk leaves food from 3 years ago in the work fridge. I mean, some people just forget things.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
Peace.
The bad news, the brain isn't all that great at hearing stuff and remembering it. The good news, you can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 92.1.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Is jewelry shopping on your mind this spring? Let me make it easy for you. 2 words, Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct is amazing. Whether you're in search of the most beautiful engagement ring or just a simple pair of earrings for the upcoming occasion. No matter what you want, there's only one place, Diamonds Direct. And when you purchase jewelry in your life, it's a big decision. So you got to go to the best people, Diamonds Direct. Engagement rings, all sizes, whatever you want, earrings, bands, everything, all under one roof. Straight from the diamond cutters, you will see as many diamonds as you like, every shape, size, and price range. From 1 carat to 10 to 20. You'll love the no-pressure atmosphere. The education you get's amazing with warranties that come with every purchase. You'll love the price. Value is what they're known for. Direct imported, no middleman. So whatever you want this spring, anniversary, birthday, graduation, there's only one place to go. Diamonds Direct. For more information, go to diamondsdirect.com. Peace.
Overwhelmed by the thought of saving for 4 years of college? Get with the plan that gives you financial flexibility. A Florida prepaid 1-year university plan is an affordable plan that lets you buy 4 years at a university in 1-year increments. So buy 2 years now, 2 later, or 1 year now and 3 later. You buy based on your budget. Remember, 1 year saved today means 1 less year your child will have to pay for tomorrow. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Earn up to $500 in college savings and enroll for free today.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 4/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet customers only. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
As a marketer, you want to reach everyone. Adults, teens, millennials. But it's not like these groups all hang out in the same place, right? Actually wrong. They're all right here, listening to radio commercials just like this one. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. That's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV. Want more of the people you want to talk to all in one place? Visit iHeartAdvertising.com and get AM/FM working for you. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Can you ship out that order to the branch in Savannah?
Yep, it's got bananas.
No, Savannah! Savannah!
Yeah, I'm also gonna add some strawberries.
You know, maybe instead of giving everyone their own personal blenders to make smoothies at our desks, they should have just ordered food through Easy Cater.
Oh, sorry, Jill, I can't right now. Gotta ship that order out to Savannah.
Some food just doesn't work at work.
But Easy Cater just does. Food for work, on time, and as ordered.
From over 82,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Northbound 95 just south of Woolbright, a crash that could cause you just a minor slowdown, though. No lanes are blocked in the area. And on the Turnpike 1 accident, this is northbound. It is right by the Lake Worth Service Plaza there. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Panera. There are so many words they could use to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $1 delivery fee when you order on their app. Restrictions apply.
It's prom season, and this week the free iHeartRadio app is getting you set for an epic night with our iHeartRadio prom playlist. Whether you're getting ready for your prom or looking to relive an unforgettable night from years ago, we've got the playlist to get you dancing and maybe even look up your crush on socials.
Ew, he's married to who?
Want to create
day where my lunch was stolen by a coworker with no regard for the G-Man. Man,
Screwed again.
That voice that I love to hear is Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
And of course, we can't do the show without her. She's the apple of my eye and always brings sunshine to any place that's a dark room. Good afternoon, Francis.
Hi, good afternoon.
And the girl we're talking about is on Wild Mornings, Megan, who cleaned that refrigerator today. It was very nice of her. And she noticed all other stuff that was in there, but she didn't notice today's date. She threw out my lunch. It's okay, Megan. You might be listening. You might not be. You know.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Oh, look, he's famished without his lunch.
It's all right.
I offered you an apple. I did because I have an extra. If you want an apple in there, I have some
It's
other
very nice
fruit.
of you.
Are you sure?
It's very nice of you.
Okay, because I know you had a half loaf of bread, so hopefully that'll hold you off. We don't want a hangry.
Only a half?
We don't want to. Yeah, we don't want a hangry G-man in here.
No, never.
Okay.
No,
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You seem kind of hangry during the break.
No. I'm
Okay.
just,
All right.
I'll take it up with her tomorrow.
Okay.
You know.
I'll take it up with her tomorrow.
Jimmy's got some news for you.
I'm going to try to find a way to segue into this, and I'm not going to. So we're just going to get right into this. So I saw a TikTok earlier, and I got some audio from it too. I don't think this person made very many friends. This is a divorce attorney, by the way, and I'll give you a little bit of info. If your spouse does, she said, if your spouse does any of these jobs, this self-declared divorce lawyer says that your marriage might not work. Police officers, firefighters, and military men are just a few of the top 5 professions women should avoid in a spouse, according to a TikTok user at JettyGirl28. I said at JettyGirl28, who claims to be a local divorce attorney, having specialized in family law for over 13 years. In addition to cops, firemen, and soldiers, the alleged authority warned women against tying the knot with surgeons and pilots, too. Here's the audio of her talking about it on TikTok.
The top 5 professions of husbands that women should avoid, in no particular order: fireman, police officer, military, surgeon, and pilot. If you look at these professions, what do they all have in common? the men in these professions, they're gods in their profession, right? They are treated with a tremendous amount of respect and they have a lot of responsibility. And they tend to be very narcissistic and very controlling.
Along with their shared bloodlust for vengeance during legal proceedings, the divorce professional says most men in these fields suffer from a godlike complex, as you kind of got an idea from what she just said right there. And her followers seem to fully agree. Here's one person that responded to her video. I divorced a surgeon, and I confirm this is true, remarked one viewer. Fireman, another one was, fireman, 1,000% speaking from a hellish experience, laminated another. But high-flying men in prime positions weren't her only targets, so she's really making friends all over the place. In a sequel clip, which ranked in a staggering 3.4 million views, the apparent legal eagle forewarned men of which type of women they'd be wise to avoid.
Let me get out my pen. Go ahead.
What do you think? Take a guess.
Ooh, women? I would think maybe female doctors.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Yeah.
Stay-at-home moms.
What?
When you're divorcing a stay-at-home mom, they are paralyzed with fear because their whole life is about to change. She said they're going to have to go back to the workforce. They're going to have to do possibly a lot more. They're going to have to move. Their finances are about to become very difficult. She also said that stay-at-home moms tend to be the most common profession for women in divorce because they tend to focus so much on the children, and while husbands focus much more on their career.
Yeah.
And according to her observations, the husband ultimately feels like an ATM while the wife becomes obsessed with raising the kids, and the couple eventually grow apart. So those are the professions that, according to this divorce lawyer, you should avoid, especially, when the divorce proceedings happen. What she has found is those people are the most aggressive and hard to deal with.
Interesting.
In the divorce itself. And I guess part of the reason why their marriages fail. So it's probably also just a combination of she's the most professions she's seen in divorces as well. So I guess that comes up. Some of it, maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. I mean, they are all. I mean, a firefighter, police officer, people in the military. They're all roles, and whether the person is a male or a female, they're all roles where they are leaders.
Absolutely.
Surgeon.
A pilot and a surgeon, they're leaders.
Yeah, but they're
in
also
their
roles
field.
for hours. I mean, they've got hell of hours, and especially
This is true, too.
firemen, military, police officers, pilots. You can be gone days on end too.
Yeah, it's hard.
And that can be difficult on a marriage.
Yeah, definitely. The more time
Yeah.
you spend apart as a couple, the more time that, chances are you're not a couple. I mean, it's a big thing with a lot of relationships.
And I know it's a stereotype, and I have worked for some surgeons too, and they do have what people call, quote unquote, the God complex. Not all of them do, but some of them do.
Yeah,
and so
sure.
that could be a thing. But yeah, I think that with all those careers you say, I think that's one of the major things is that, their hours are not the same as everybody else's.
No. Well, at least
Radio show host, not on the list.
Oh, it's not.
it's pretty good.
Shocked.
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 Just kidding.
Says the radio co-host.
All right.
If we were in baseball, we would probably be in the All-Star game because you're 1 for 1. Franny's 1 for 2, and I'm 0 for 1. So we're 2 for 4. It's batting 500. It's pretty good.
Me and Jimmy are in the same boat.
No, we're the same boat.
Oh, I didn't know. I forgot that. All right, so you're 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
Yeah.
1 for 2, 1
Yeah.
for 2, and 0 for 1. Well, 2 for 5. Not bad, 400. Not great percentage, but we'll take it.
No.
That one marriage just always throws it in there and knocks it right out of the gate. It is the Penthouse on a day where I got my lunch stolen. I will forget about it, though. You'll hear about it.
I don't know. This day will go down in history.
This is the
You'll
one.
hear Jimmy
This is the
talking
one.
about it this day in history of 2023.
I'm writing it down now.
2022.
Putting it on my list for next year.
April 13th.
And on this day in 2022, Megan from Wild 95.5 threw out Greek's lunch.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, by the way, Chuck Barris.
Chuck Barris.
Yes,
was the host.
47142.
Oh, he was a Gong host.
Hosted the original Gong Show. Thank you for texting us
Thank
that. You are always so great out there helping us out with some information. By the way, so I saw that they texted, and I was like, all right, well, let me just check out because I remember what he looked like a bit, but guys, we're talking about his hair. It looks like Justin Timberlake is supposed to be playing Chuck Barris in a project. It's going to be an hour-long series project that they're coming up with. And it's going to be on Apple Apple TV. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. So Justin Timberlake to play Chuck Barris.
Didn't they do was it a one-time shot they were going to do where Snoop Dogg was going to host it and do a version of the Gong Show?
Well, so I don't know about
that. Sounds
that.
familiar.
But
Sounds like something you reported on.
No, I don't remember that, but I was telling you, and it was short-lived. It was 1 or 2 seasons a couple years ago. My husband and I loved it, where Mike Myers was the host of the Gong Show.
All right.
They brought it back, but he wasn't himself. He was in costume, and he had a character that he played, and I can't remember the name of the character, but he was a British dude, and he wore a funny hat, and he had like funny little dances, but it was actual real contestant. It was the Gong Show. And people were like, because he even had like a prosthetic on his nose, and his whole face looked a little different. So people were like, "Is that Mike? Looks like Mike Myers. It sounds like Mike Myers."
There's nothing with Snoop Dogg.
It was Mike Myers.
Okay, but he was in costume.
But he had a persona he was playing, yes, to be the host of the Gong Show, which they brought back as a series, and it only lasted like a couple seasons, and for some reason they took it away again.
Nothing with Snoop, though.
But I don't recall Snoop.
Okay.
I don't
know
Jimmy.
why
I could have said something.
I don't know why that's sticking in
Maybe
my
you're thinking
head,
the
but-
Bong Show.
The Bong Show.
Nice.
I don't know.
Ah, nice.
It was the Gong. When Snoop did it, it was the Bong. Pretty good. Pretty good.
The Bong
Nice job.
Show.
It is
That's a game ball.
Yeah,
Game ball winner right there.
Franny did it today. Great job today by Franny and Jimmy and Megan. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta. Thank you, Megan.
Download the app and then take us anywhere. Except maybe there. Get it from your app store. Search for iHeartRadio.
It's Colin Coward. Here's what's trending from iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Another big offseason signing could be on the horizon for the Dolphins. Free agent pass rusher Melvin Ingram visited Miami yesterday after reviving his career in KC. Heat's first-round opponent options are down to 3 teams after the Nets advanced as the 7th seed last night. Cleveland, Charlotte, and Atlanta will compete for the 8th seed. And Alyssa Nacken made history last night. She became the first female coach to take an on-field role in a Major League game. I'm Scott Davidson.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Don't drive much, don't pay much with pay-per-mile insurance from Allstate. Life is good when you're in the driver's seat. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
You ever feel like when you're at work, everything you say sounds like this because you're completely unstimulated and you don't care?
But then, when you're talking to your friends about things you're truly interested in and passionate about, you sound like you're alive and loving every moment of it. Then maybe you should try podcasting with Spreaker from iHeart. It's the easiest way to podcast and get paid for it. Just head over to Spreaker.com, Spreaker, and start your voyage from ugh to woo!
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
When you get a call from a top NBA player who was injured in a car crash by a drunk driver and faces a career-ending injury, you know you must bring your A game. And you also feel grateful that your reputation as the world's largest injury firm with hundreds and hundreds of verdicts and billions in recoveries for our clients has been recognized. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop, exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now, 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
As you're getting on 95 right now in the Boynton Beach area, we have an accident northbound just south of Woolbright Road, and we are checking in with the Florida Highway Patrol. They're saying no lanes are blocked there, but plan on a little extra time possible in that spot. A little further south in Delray, you have an object in the roadway. This is northbound 95 just south of Atlantic Avenue. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
Hi, guys. It's me, Brian Baumgartner, and maybe you've heard my podcast, The Office Deep Dive. Well, now I'm expanding it into even more of your favorite shows in my new podcast, Off the Beat.
Hey, everybody. I'm Rob Riggle.
Don't forget, at 1:45, your opportunity to win tickets for Sunfest. That's our way of saying thank you for listening to us every day. Jimmy's in house.
Good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello. Happy hump day.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
There was a lot of rumors about this, and it doesn't seem to go away. And the more and more I'm reading about it, maybe it was true. Tom Brady to the Dolphins? Well, it seems like it was a lot of people confirming that Brady had a deal. Well, he would go to the Miami Dolphins in the front office, and then he would take over down the road as a quarterback, and they would work out a trade for him with Tampa Bay and Sean Payton to come here and be the head coach. Boy, you want to talk about the Dolphins franchise changing overnight? Wow, that would have been huge. When I first heard this report, I was like, no way. Tampa did have the rights to Tom Brady, and they would have to trade him, and I don't know what would happen at that point. But as an executive, I guess he could have retired and just went there and seen what happened, and probably they would have worked out some kind of a deal, because once he left Tampa, I don't think they would have wanted him back. But, man, imagine Tom Brady in the front office of the Dolphins and then part owner and then wanting to play. That'd be a first time ever. But the story broke about a month ago, and it hasn't gone away, and it just keeps coming up, and people keep talking about it. So I don't know. Maybe it was true. I don't think we'll ever know, but it was out there, and it's not going away. Yankees won last night 4-0. If you're a Yankee fan, take a bow. Our Miami Marlins did not do so well. They played the Angels, and they lost, so they're 1-4. They are done with their road trip, and they're going to come home for Easter and Passover weekend, and they're going to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. That's going to be a tough series because the Phillies have a good team, but the Marlins got 4 cracks at them with the cheesesteaks, and hopefully they can win. Last night in the NBA playoffs, the Brooklyn Nets beat the Cavaliers, and Irving had a big night. Kyrie, 12 for 12 right out of the gate. Big night for them. The Nets did not cover because they're not too well at covering at home. I think they're like 2-18 against the point spread. We told you that with Teddy Covers, our good buddy from sportsmemo.com from Vegas. So they did not win. I mean, they won, but they did not cover. And Minnesota ended up winning last night and covering. They got the W last night. Tonight, Atlanta plays Charlotte, and we'll see what happens with that game. And the Spurs and the Pelicans out there. And then the winner of tonight's game, Atlanta and Charlotte, will play Cleveland Cavaliers, and then that will determine who the Miami Heat play in a series, first round of the series of the NBA playoffs. And the Heat were first in the Eastern Conference, and that is your trifecta. Peace.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Nope,
so somebody let me know that this may be what you're thinking about. I guess Snoop Dogg was supposed to or did do The Joker's Wild, which was a show back in the day.
That's it.
Okay. So I don't know if he has already done it or if that's in the works, but yes.
That's where. Okay.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
Thank you very much for sending that in.
Yes.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yes. Thank you always for participating with us. So I just have, and this is just one of those other things that was on Reddit, but I want to know your personal like your answer to this. Like, what do you think if something that's happened to you? And if you are listening as well,
6 inches.
you can always get in touch with us. Our text line is 47142. Started off with Real Radio. You can email us, Jimmy@realradio921.com. Of course, call us. It's our favorite way. We love to hear from you at 877-927-6969. And we have that new talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. Just search for Real Radio 921 and hit on that microphone icon, and you can leave us a message. And as Jimmy says, if you don't swear, we can air what?
Put it on the air.
Well, you put it on the air. I'll get it right one day. And so this was something that when I read this, and then there was something that happened this morning that I saw, and it made me go, man, am I getting old? So what is something, or just a certain instance, but at random, that made you feel old? And I'm not talking about looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing a wrinkle or a gray hair, or maybe like your back hurts, kind of ailments you never had before. Just very odd, random things.
I was out last weekend with dinner, about 6 people, and 4 of my friends were telling the story about Merv Griffin, and one of the girls that he was dating at the time. She goes, "Who's Merv Griffin?" And she didn't know who Merv Griffin was. And she was young. I think she was in her, I'm guessing, mid-20s, late 20s.
Okay.
So she didn't know who Merv Griffin was. We all did, obviously. The other girl was I think I know who he was, but she definitely didn't know. So that was one somewhere off the top of my head that something's happened in the last couple weeks. And, Merv Griffin, she didn't know who it was. So we all at the table were all like, wow, we feel old.
Yeah. There's other times because I do nights on the Gator starting at 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. And there's some things I see because the Gator is our classic rock station, right? And I have looked it up. And so there's some bands that like your Green Days and Nirvanas and stuff like that. And even when you look it up, they're considered classic rock. And that was my rock when I was growing up in high school and stuff. Sure. So that when I see it on a classic rock station, I was like, man, that's classic rock already? How did this happen? So today, for instance, we have this was actually last night. We have a birthday dinner. It's my buddy Jason's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Jason.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jason.
This is Nina's man.
Oh, hi. Nina's man.
So we had plans for dinner tonight, and so I text her last night because she was like letting us know where, and I didn't realize. I don't think she gave us a time.
Buc-ee's?
So yeah, Buc-ee's. Yeah, how'd you know?
Buc-ee's.
We're driving up
Nice.
to Melbourne, the closest one, I think.
Nice.
And so, by the way, a lot of people text us and said they're from Texas and just made their way down here.
Right.
So I texted her last night and I asked her what time was dinner, and she said 8. And I was like, 8? I looked at my husband and said, 8 o'clock? Who eats dinner at 8 o'clock? To me, that sounded so late. And I was like, and so
I go to bed at 8.
Yeah, we eat dinner like 6:30. And then I go, God, am I getting old? Or like, because she said 8 o'clock. And I was like, that is too late. I'm going because it's a birthday, but
Is it too late?
At 8 to go out to a dinner on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
How about
that was
Saturday?
my initial reaction. that's late.
How about I had a date last week with a girl, and I made reservations at a restaurant, and I said 8. It works Saturday, Gulfstream, and I told her that, and she said 8's late. I didn't think 8 o'clock was late on a Saturday night, but I guess
My husband and I eat early. We eat like 6:30, but it's different everywhere you go. When we went to Europe, you have to get accustomed to that because they don't eat till like 8, 9 o'clock at night.
But suppose
lot
it was
of
a
time.
date, and a guy said down on a Saturday night 8 o'clock. Would you think that was late?
I would think it would be kind of late. I mean,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems late to me.
yeah. But don't get me wrong. I've had restaurants that I've wanted to go to in order to get a reservation. They're like, you can either come at 5 or at 9.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, I'll pick the 9 o'clock one. But yeah, so something like that. It made me feel, am I getting old that 8 o'clock is late for me to go out to dinner? How about you, Jimmy? Is there any random, for instance, kind of thing that happened to you?
A lot of times when we look up stories and we think about, okay, what was it like for us in our youth, right? And I'll think back to a story of when I was 20, and then I think, okay, well, that was just 30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's times like that it just reminds me of the age that I'm at now. Because I won't say old. I still don't think that I'm old.
No, and so that's the mentality I have.
And that's the other thing, right? Because my head is still, I still act like a 16-year-old. You hear my jokes, you just said a thing and I was like 6 inches.
Yeah.
And my comeback was going to be sandwich size. That's the stupid mentality that I have. And yet, I know I'm older.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm old.
No, not at all.
And you're not. And this is how funny is this?
I
And I
look
don't.
old.
I was 40. I'm going to be 40.
Get out!
Oh, stop it! In a few weeks. And so my husband and I went to Costco, and we had to. So we were on a company card for a long time. Well, the company that we work for, the person who put us on, family and friends, no longer works for it. So we had to go get our own Costco card.
Okay.
So when we went to go do it. You just pay if you just pay one membership if you are in the same household, right?
Yeah.
So I gave the lady my ID, and I forgot that I had 2 IDs. I forgot to throw away my license that had my old address on it. So my old address and my new address, but I realized that. So I handed her one, and she was like, you guys have different addresses on there. She was like, but I was like, oh no, I'm his wife and I live there. And I didn't think of that I actually have the other license. I did end up finding it and giving it to her and saying, look, we do have the same address. And so in my head, like when I got my new address a year ago, I kept my old ID.
Why?
And it was something dumb. I would never have done this, but I was like, because it's totally illegal. But I was like, oh, maybe I could give it to some young girl so she can get into a bar. And I was like, what cop is going to think an 18-year-old is 39 years old?
Some of them they don't even check. Though.
But in my head, I'm going, oh yeah, like
that's because you're a giving person.
It was such a dumb thing. No, but I've had it in my wallet for a year and didn't even think about it. But it was one of those it was so dumb of me. First of all, to even think that I would do that. But second of all, to even think that somebody underage could pass as 39 years old.
But again,
in my head, I'm not 39.
But some IDs, guys don't even check. People just don't look at it and go, okay, go ahead. You know what I mean? So somebody might have been able to use it.
Oh my God, no way.
But that was nice of you to think of that.
No way.
Another time, we were talking the other day about the high school reunions, and I realized that this would be my 35th high school reunion this year.
Yeah.
That's another one that kind of made me like,
I can see that.
Oh, that kind of hurt a little.
Yeah, well, I can see that. They said somebody texted at 47142. I feel old when a 50-year-old calls me sir. Yeah. I mean, and I know.
Now, see, and maybe this goes to show my age, right? Because even for people younger than me, like if they're in the military or police, I mean, I always call them sir. but that's a respect thing.
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
You know, sir and ma'am.
Ma'am, sir. And I know women my age that get offended.
Yeah,
They're
do.
like, don't
Yeah.
ma'am me because they feel like it makes them older. But but the same thing.
It's not an age
It's a
thing.
respect thing for some people.
Or at least from my generation,
Yeah.
right? It is, you know, it never, ever was associated necessarily with age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's different. Like I said, I think it's more a respect thing. I'm the same way. If you say something to somebody, you know, and out of respect, that's the way it is. 877-927-6969.
I still feel kind of odd when I call certain people their first name. You know, like our boss, Tommy, that comes around. It feels weird calling him by his first name because to me, he would be Mr. So-and-so.
Back in the day.
Right? You know, I mean, because that's what it was. I mean, when you know, and even though I'm probably older than him, but again, that was a respect for his title, you know, his title for the company.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
I think that's right. I think you should do that. And I think it's also polite.
But we're in a very relaxed
atmosphere,
you know, the way the way it is just in this probably in this business in general, I would imagine it is, but around here especially so.
Our old
it's
market
very relaxed here.
Yeah, our old market managers, I would always call them by their last names. I never called them by their first names.
Mhm.
Right.
Out of respect. I did.
But even music makes me feel old sometimes, and not just I was saying like stuff like Green Day and is all that now considered classic rock, but even what we're listening on Top 40, and I have no idea who any of these people are because I'm still stuck in what I like and what I've always listened to. I haven't really like ventured in to.
Well, you don't listen to the top 40 songs.
I haven't really listened to any of the new. I know some. I mean, I do have some stuff on my Spotify and my workout playlist and stuff. But there's a lot of people that even my friends who still keep up with that kind of stuff, and they're playing in the car. I'm like, who the hell are we listening to?
Who's that?
You know how I
Who's
keep
this?
up with it? TikTok.
Yeah.
There's always a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I've been down that road though that you mentioned, Franny, as far as, you know, like my music is now the classic rock music. But for me, it was Van Halen, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Kiss from the 70s, right? And that was like, you were like a metalhead. You were like, that was the ultimate thrash stuff, right? You know? And nowadays, that's considered classic rock. They play that stuff at weddings now.
Yeah.
Sports.
It's amazing how music has evolved over the years.
Yeah, sports, like you can follow somebody, remember them in college, and then they're in pros, and then they're going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you start looking at like pictures of him from, you know, like a Michael Jordan when he was in college, and you know, wow, what a difference, you know, and then like you brings back the memories of you seeing him in those days when they were then.
I have
when they were
somebody
coming up.
who texts in and something that makes you feel old. I have a coworker who was born the year I was hired, and so that made them feel old.
I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think definitely with music and, like I said, in sports too. Like you said, Michael Jordan, you realize that he's, you know, had his birthday, he's 50-something years old. I remember him at Carolina.
Yeah, we just made, on this day in history, I was joking about the Reggie bars.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Reggie Jackson, I mean, I grew up he was like an idol for me as a Yankee fan, you know, and, you know, his
early 80s.
You know, knows cards in the 80s like that, you know, and now.
I remember the Reggie bars, buying them. They were like Baby Ruth bars.
Like, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, they had the chocolate, the caramel, and they used to sell them at Yankee Stadium. And then eventually they
Loved
started.
them.
Yeah, and then I remember getting older and then doing them at Pathmark and then putting the prices on them. They sold them in the supermarkets. Yeah, the Reggie bars were pretty cool. They had a picture of Reggie Jackson in the
I
home
don't know
run.
if I ever have seen a Reggie bar.
No.
Yeah, yep.
No.
That was in the 80s.
Okay.
Early 80s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, that's when he was with the Yankees.
About that time for
Late 70s. He won 2 World Series with the Yankees, and then I think he left in 83. I could be
It's
mistaken.
probably around the year I was born.
Yeah, probably.
When they came out.
yeah.
They gave you a Reggie bar. They said, here you go, Franny. Have a Reggie bar. 877-927-6969. What's something that makes you feel old? If you don't want to say it or use a different name when you call in, you can. But something that you're like, wow, man, I feel a little bit old. If you say anything that some people goes, what the hell's that? Like, hey, I remember when this was on a cassette. Somebody's like, what the hell's a cassette?
Exactly.
Almost like you, Jimmy. Somebody say I feel old when I hear AC/DC or Led Zeppelin turned into elevator music.
Yeah.
Right?
Very, very good example of that. It's along the same lines.
What's a CD? What's a telephone booth?
We got an email the other day too. Somebody had sent me a picture of a telephone
Oh,
booth.
yeah. He called in actually and was wondering if you got it. So he must have resent it because he forgot to put the 921 at the end.
Yep, I got it at the end. Yeah. He sent it in. That was there it is right there. Friend Nelson sent it in.
Yes.
And there it is. There's a picture of this telephone
Sure
booth.
is.
Said a new phone booth on 95 at Fort Pierce Rest Area.
And it's new.
Yeah, brand
Wow.
new. Yeah, look at it.
That's
It costs 50 cents for local calls, according to this.
Huh, I didn't even know they manufacture those anymore.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
What's a quarter?
So somebody said, working in a high-end restaurant my whole life, because we were talking about the miss, ma'am, sir.
Oh, right.
Working in a high-end restaurant my whole life, I learned very young to address all women as miss, regardless of age or marital status. Still do it till this day with every single woman I speak with. Example like, thank you, miss. And that's the thing. I think it's because maybe women who may be a little bit older look at it as, oh, don't call me that. I'm not old, or I'm not,
Sure.
because you don't really see many people call 21-year-olds miss or ma'am. But like this person did, because they said, regardless of age, they would.
Respect. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it really comes down to. Some people take it the wrong way, but you're just being respectful. And, people could get offended by it, but they really shouldn't.
Well, that's the whole going back to like another stereotype of the marital status, right? If you call somebody a miss and they're like, I'm Mrs.
Yeah.
Some Karen gets all upset about it.
I didn't see your ring. I'm sorry.
But for most people, or some people in this particular case, like Franny's saying, it's a matter of respect.
That's what it usually is when people say it. That's what I believe anyway. Yeah. It is the Penthouse.
I mean, when they call me miss, I don't get up.
You should.
No, not at all.
I take it as a compliment.
Especially when I got the red bottoms on.
Red bottoms, come on.
Trying to
Red
get my
bottoms
rent
with
paid.
no bottoms.
Yeah.
This is smart. And when I had that whole, like, why am I keeping my license? I'm an idiot. I actually took it and I crumpled it. Like, I broke it in a million pieces and I threw it away in the Costco trash can because I'm like, I don't need this. But I should have kept it for this reason. Because they said that they use their old license, they keep it in their car. So when they visit like security gates or friends, they don't have to pull it out of their purse or wallet each time.
Oh,
Sometimes you have to show identification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's smart. Yeah.
That's why we appreciate you guys always chiming in with us and telling us different things that you could add to our lives and make them better. And we try to add to your life every day and make it better, too. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Got that right. We're going to come back in the next hour. We got some Florida stories. We got also a chance to win Seinfeld tickets.
What?
Seinfeld tickets.
Seinfeld tickets.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
I mean, Sunfest.
Season 45.
It would be season 10. He ended at 9. That was his favorite number. Jerry Seinfeld.
God, why does it seem like that show was on for longer than that?
It does.
It doesn't it? It's so weird.
And I don't know where I pulled that from. I could be wrong, but I know it was 9. I'm pretty sure it was 9 seasons.
I think you're right. I think I read that.
And we're going to come back
Yep.
with some WWGD. Franny, what are you tipping the scales with or putting on your bait?
But yeah, well, we have an 83-year-old man who likes to party, but the issue is he probably shouldn't have driven after drinking so much and maybe doing a lot of what they call the booger sugar, the sugar.
Wow. The babanya. Wow.
Booger sugar. The booger sugar.
Nice.
Yes.
You might be old if you say booger sugar.
I'll give you all the details.
Awesome.
When we get back on the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1.
Take your apartment workouts to the next level. Or just lay on the couch. Either one works. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 4/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet customers only. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
If you've been injured on the job and are not receiving the benefits you're entitled to, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 and take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it. And pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, don't be fooled by other dealers up to trade-in amounts. Only Toyota Kia Vero Beach guarantees you $5,000 minimum for your trade. Plus, if your trade's worth more, we'll pay you more, $5,000 more. And if you owe more than your vehicle is worth, your clunker is all you need. No matter where you live, Stewart, Melbourne, Sebastian, Fellsmere, Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, even West Palm, only Toyota Kia Vero Beach pays you more for your trade. If you can push it, pull it, drag it, or tow it, we'll take it and pay you $5,000 for your trade, guaranteed. At Toyota Kia Vero Beach, south of Oslo Road on US 1. Online at VeroBeachPaysMore.com. That's VeroBeachPaysMore.com. $5,000 minimum towards new purchase. Only vehicle condition, mileage, history, repairs, and other factors may affect value. See dealer for details.
Celebrate spring at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Discover vibrant dresses, modern suits, and more from $24.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Celebrate spring at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Discover vibrant dresses, modern suits, and more from $24.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Palm Beach Expressway is moving along nicely on our Wednesday drive. No accidents on the Turnpike or 95. We are slow Southern Boulevard in West Palm. It's roadwork taking up 2 right lanes. While you're out, make sure you slow down for pedestrians. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
What the hell's going on? These people were on from 9 to 1 for years. Well, now our new time is 10 to 2. Rover takes you from 6 to 10, and after us, it's the News Junkie from 2 to 6. Jimmy's here.
Good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hello.
And it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
So actually, I'm responding back to Joanne here on our Facebook page because I posted some pictures, which did end up on Real Radio 921's Facebook of my time in Tortuga. And Joanne was like, hope you kept your phone. So many got stolen. And that was actually going to be one of mine. So, as it happened a couple years ago at our festival locally here and at many festivals, you got some people who just like to pick some pockets. And in particular, they like to take cell phones. So there was a couple young kids who were doing the same thing. It looks like 3 so far have been busted, and this happened over the weekend in Fort Lauderdale at the Tortuga Music Festival. So Saturday night, they arrested 3 people for pickpocketing phones from people who were just trying to have a good time. They said nearly 24 people were left disappointed when they got home without their phones. Yep. In fact, they reported finding 23 phones in a backpack of these alleged thieves when they got arrested.
I don't know. I mean, that's not a ton for as many people that went, though. A lot of people went to the concert.
I know, but who knows if these were the only 3. You know, they could have had another, more people that were with them.
Okay.
Maybe they stole phones Friday night as well, too.
Okay.
These were just the ones they happened to have on them. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And, they said, according to the arrest report, Peter John Pohl, 27 from Orlando, by the way. And they said a Tortuga Festival attendee felt his phone being stolen from a person and observed 2 women touching him in the area of his pants pockets as well, too, then running away.
Wow.
The victim immediately notified a Tortuga Festival contract security guard who ran after the group and subsequently witnessed the stolen phone in the above-listed defendant's possession, who they gave the names up above. They said 3 people were observed working in conjunction with this defendant. They said it was Wilson Garzon Rusi from Miami, Jessica, I guess you call it, Castellanos, 28 from Orlando, and then another young dude that was on here too on the arrest report. So yeah, that sucks. Happened to me when I went to Tortuga. This was
a couple years ago.
A couple years ago, but mine wasn't at the festival itself. Mine was in the room, which was like even super scary because we're all sleeping. There's about 6 of us in a room. We put our rooms on our nightstands, plugged in to charge
your phone
for the night. Yeah, our phones for the night. Wake up. Everything's there. Money, purses, all of our stuff, except for every single one of our cell phones was gone.
That story blew my mind.
So somebody snuck into a room that close to us.
It took your phone.
And took our phones.
But didn't touch any of your other stuff.
Didn't touch anything else. They just went there specifically for phones.
Thank God they didn't take anything else.
I kept on saying thank God because there was a gentleman who was in the room with us who stayed in. I almost think thank God he didn't wake up.
Yeah,
because who knows if there was a confrontation, how much worse it would have gotten.
That's right.
Right?
Very true.
So I felt like we were lucky to have slept through it. Well, then we have a man who decided he was going to fake be in law enforcement. In fact, he said he was in the DEA. He was an undercover DEA agent. And the reason why is because he wanted a discount on some of those delicious Wendy's hamburgers.
Wendy's.
So David Stover, 57 years old, I guess he used to go in there quite often and he would get the employee discount because he had a buddy who worked there as a cashier. Well, that buddy no longer works there and he still wants his damn discount. So he came up with an idea. And his idea was to claim he was a law enforcement officer and even show a badge that said he was in the DEA. They said he would occasionally flash the badge. So employees knew him. They were like, yeah, he's come in here all the time because his friend used to give him a discount. And so they were kind of getting onto his game and they were like, I don't know if this guy really is a law enforcement officer. Well, they did find out that he wasn't. A manager told store investigators about him and that he would flash the badge when asked proof if he was part of law enforcement. He denied ever claiming to be DEA to investigators. However, he did admit to carrying a concealed carry permit badge, which he said he showed the employees every now and then because they asked to see it. He is now facing charges of impersonating a law enforcement officer. Oh, just to get
a discount
on burgers. Yes.
On Wendy's.
Uh-huh. And then we have a Florida man, an 83-year-old Florida man. And I just say this because it doesn't matter how old you are, but 83 is quite shocking when you hear about all things. going on in this story.
This guy's got some moves.
Not good ones either. So this happened. Police were investigating a separate crash on April 9th near State Road 200.
It's okay, I'm drunk.
Yep, that's him.
Nice.
And when a driver in a Ford pickup truck crashed into the back of the officer's vehicle. Luckily, the officer was not in the vehicle when it happened. He was in the process of issuing a citation to another driver. And then I want to say, no, I have not posted it yet, but the driver of the truck and being identified as Gerald Burns, after he struck the officer's vehicle, ended up striking another vehicle that was involved in an unrelated crash and a tow truck on top of that. Well, eventually, he got pulled over. He showed signs of impairment. I don't think we're very shocked. Failed a field sobriety test. His breath test indicated his BAC was 0.157. That's nearly 2 times the legal limit. And police also found 2 bags of cocaine in his boots. Yeah, so it looks like that guy went out to party.
Guess he didn't feel old.
Should have.
He
Yeah,
didn't feel
he did
old at
not. Not at all.
I still got the moves.
But yes, do not get behind the wheel if you're going to drink. And it's just terrible. Or do coke or whatever it is, and whatever you decide to do. So yes, he has been busted, and it looks like he's going to spend some time in jail. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Franny. We do it twice a show. We do it at 11:05 and 1:05. These are stories about South Florida that are very interesting and unique. Franny brings them to the table, and you guys give them to us every single day, which we do appreciate. It is the 1 o'clock hour. We got some WWGD coming at you. That little bit of advice I give to some people about a lot of different things. Also, at 1:45, we have a chance for Sunfest tickets. It is back after 2 years. It wasn't going on. Well, it's back now, and we're going to make it happen for you at 1:45. Jimmy will say a quote, and then you have to decide, did Francis say it or did Greek say it? And you're on your way to Sunfest on the waterfront. Great music, great food, just a great time. It's one of the things that South Florida has to offer, and it's in our backyard, and we make it happen for you. It is the Penthouse, and we'll be back with some more stuff. A little bit we'll talk about is who might be running for president, a rumor that doesn't go away. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Peace.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
The News Junkie is brought to you by Gordon and Partners. ForTheInjured.com. 561-333-3333.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambi customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambi has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambi run your HR.
Go to Bambi.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambi.com/time.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Do you believe that something great can be even better? We do.
By adding sweetened peaches to creamy peach ice cream, Bluebell has raised the bar on flavor. Try a half-gallon or pint of Peachy Peach today. You'll be better for it.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
If you're tired of the wokeness in just about every entertainment show out there, then we've got the show for you. Red Pilled America is the anti-woke storytelling show you're looking for. Listen to Red Pilled America every week on the free iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Palm Beach Expressway is moving along nicely on our Wednesday drive. No accidents on the Turnpike or 95. We are slow Southern Boulevard in West Palm. It's roadwork taking up 2 right lanes. While you're out, make sure you slow down for pedestrians. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Market Disruptors Live May 6th through May 8th in Dallas, Texas. In these uncertain times, it's never been more important to grow your wealth and protect your freedom. Learn how to do that and more with today's top experts at Market Disruptors Live, May 6th through the 8th in Dallas, Texas. Save your spot now at MarketDisruptorsLive.com.
iHeartRadio wants you to see the Who Hits Back tour in the U.S. city of your choice.
We don't get fooled again.
We'll fly you there, take care of the hotel, get you 2 premium tickets to the show, plus the Baba O'Reilly VIP package. That includes too many things to mention, but trust us, it's amazing.
To win Sunfest tickets at 145. Double prizes all week on the Penthouse. Jimmy's in the house.
Good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Who would you like to drop in at your wedding or birthday party? What celebrity, star, maybe sports figure would you like to just stop in and say hi? And that might make it even a better evening than the one you're celebrating, adding a little bit to the maybe a cherry on top of a great evening. Call us and let us know. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Text us at Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are ways to get involved in the show. We'd love to hear from you guys and let us know who would you like to drop in and say, hey, I got a couple text messages. I think Jimmy said one, Tom Brady be cool, but he definitely would definitely steal the show. And, that would be it. So, I don't know. Brady be cool, I think. I'm trying to think of who else. Maybe Mahomes, but not his brother. I like Mahomes.
I love me some Blake Shelton. I think he would be fun to party with. He just seems like he's just down to have a good time, and he just seems very easygoing. He's always got a cocktail in his hand.
He's one of the guys, judges on The Voice, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
but
know.
also obviously known for country music, superstar, married to Gwen Stefani.
Mm-hmm.
But even before, he was married to her. He just seems like he has a funny personality. He just seems like he'd be a fun guy to hang out with.
But Jimmy Fallon, think Jimmy Fallon be cool? Pop in, say hi. He always seems like he's in a good mood. Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah. He'd be like the typical comedian who would come in, do his thing for 5 minutes and
leave.
And then go, and let you still have the spotlight, right?
Barkley be funny. I think Charles Barkley be
Barkley.
funny.
Oh, jeez. Barkley, he'd be
He'd be right.
I don't want Barkley unless Shaq's going to be there.
Oh, yeah. 2 for 1.
You gotta have both of them.
Yeah. I don't want to be greedy.
I like Barkley. I think he's great on his own, but I don't know. Him and Shaq together just makes some magic.
Yeah, you said it, Joe. I don't want to be that guy, but can you bring Shaq with you?
Yeah.
And
a bucket of chicken.
Yeah, just hang out and have a good time. I don't know. I think Barkley would be definitely funny. Steph Curry, I like him. I think he'd be cool to stop by. Derek Jeter as a Yankee fan.
Ryan Reynolds would be fun.
Yeah.
And this one, too, who I know you have a story about. I think a lot of people would like to hang out with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes, that's right. And there is rumors again.
The Rock?
The Rock.
What?
There are rumors again about The Rock running for president. We've heard it before. And speculation again. I don't know if he's going to do it. He said no a while ago. He has too much going on.
Yeah, he definitely said no. He shut that thing down.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm not doing it. I got too many things going on. I wouldn't be able to do it. But a lot of people think maybe it would be, something for him to do and that he would win, too.
He's already like, I already got a lot to do. I know it's something I can do, but I mean, he's obviously besides the acting and producing, he's got that one show, that little Rock or whatever it's called.
When he's a kid.
And, I mean, he's more like a teenager in it, but also he's still working, and a lot of people are like, oh, what's going on? I mean, he's still behind the scenes working that XFL thing.
Yeah.
He even unveiled the new logo recently. So, yeah, this is still a thing that's happening, and I think a lot of people thought it wasn't going to happen or it was going away.
Mm-hmm.
But as he promised, Tuesday night, Dwayne Johnson revealed something new about the XFL, and that is a brand spanking new logo for the league. So he tweeted that. That was last week, by the way. That the new X intersection of dreams, X opportunities for players, fans, all of us. I'm ready. I know you are too. Let's play some football.
Yeah, it's going to be so tough for them to compete. I mean, it just is. Jimmy, who do we have on hold?
We got Lucy on the line. Lucy, welcome to the Penthouse.
Thank you. Hey, guys, I just wanted to call in, and I'd love to see Kid Rock come on the show. He's a real patriot, and, he's coming to South Florida soon in June. And I'd love to hear him on the show.
I would too, Lucy.
Yeah. Now, would you like him to show up at your wedding?
Well, I'm already married, but at my 50th birthday, I'd love it.
There you go, birthday party.
There you
Okay.
go. Lucy, I was very fortunate enough. I bartend at private events here and there, and I was working a house party at a very nice home, and Kid Rock was one of the guests, and he was a very down-to-earth, cool guy. Like, he wouldn't even, it was myself and another bartender, and he was just like, no, I got it. That's what we were there. We were paid to make drinks and hand out beers, and he wouldn't even let us. He was like, don't worry, guys, I got it, and he would go behind and get his own Coors Lights on his own.
This is cool.
Yeah, he was
okay. I know he makes appearances around Jupiter a lot.
He
so,
does.
I love seeing him.
Yeah, it's Square Grouper. You could probably see him at the Square Grouper, Lucy, I'm sure, or have every now and then.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Double Rose when it opens up, which is happening soon.
Oh, nice. Good to hear. Well, maybe we can get him on the show for you.
That would be great. I would love it. Any chance I could play for some type tickets?
We're going to get the cue to call for that at about 1:45. So as long as you're still listening, you hear us give that cue. If you're first in line, we'll get you up first, or maybe get you. Maybe if the first person doesn't win and you're second, you can win the second. So 1:45, we'll get the cue to call for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Kid, rock it up and down your block with a bottle of scotch and watch lots of crotch. Buy a yacht with a flag saying chillin' the most. Then rock that jumping down the coast. Give a toast to the sun.
Oh, Kid Rock action for you there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got a house here in the Palm Beaches, Jupiter area, so he's around a lot.
That's cool that he's, like you said, Franny, you had interaction with him. Anytime you meet some kind of star celebrity and they're cool, it's always a good thing to hear.
My buddy who hires me for these parties got to hang out with him at a local adult establishment along with a professional golfer who lives in the area too.
Oh, you can't mention.
The three of them all went together and partied, and they said a lot of money was spent that day.
Oh, I could only imagine. I could only imagine.
And my buddy who likes to party, he left early, and I was like,
Really?
"You left early?
Oh my God.
What?" He said he
Wow.
he couldn't hang with them. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the money must have been flowing.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about it. 6 figures, easy 6 figures in a night. Those kind of guys, when they're out and doing their thing, and with the ladies in adult establishment, there's no rules. Just everything goes out and hangs out and have a good time. Yeah, Kid Rock would be cool just to show up at your birthday party. Again, that was on the table. If you have somebody that you think would be cool to stop in, we've seen Bill Murray, Tom Hanks do it. Who you think might be cool to just drop in at your birthday or maybe your anniversary or, I don't know, anything you had going on. Wedding, like Jimmy said before.
So we have somebody on another topic we were talking about, the things that make you feel old, on our text line at 47142. They text in Brett from Melbourne. Hi, Brett. Listening on the iHeartRadio app. Says, hey, Franny, Greek, Jimothy, things that make me feel older. Complaining about gas prices are high as we buy $20 scratch tickets and lose. Can you imagine Greek playing Scrabble? OMG, the words he would try to play.
Forget it.
He said cucumber doesn't start with the letter Q. We know Jimmy
Damn
have that.
Really? Does it?
Jimmy has that for the playback. Every word he would yell, look it up. And he would close fist punch the board and throw the letters at the opposing player.
Sounds about right.
Oh, you know it so well. And there is a possible Greek movie in the works. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. He wants to know who's going to play Merv Griffin.
Oh, Merv's not in this script. He's not in this script. He didn't make this week. Might get a mention.
Yes.
Possibly. You got to be careful what you say, though, and you don't want anybody getting offended or bothered. But I don't know if that might be something we could add in there. Add the Merv Griffin story.
Well, wait, but was Merv in that part? Was Merv in that week?
No, he was not. No.
No, that was just one of your other mini stories.
Yeah, it was a different time. Merv was, I would say, about 4 or 5 years before that story.
Okay.
So it was a little bit different time. And the Merv Griffin story was quite interesting. Definitely would have changed my life in a lot of ways. But I decided to go the other way, and actually I went the wrong way. I would have been better off with Merv that night. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved with the show. Again, on the table we have, who would you like to stop by your birthday? Let's put it that way. Everybody's got a birthday. And if you had a birthday coming up, that's a good thing. Or maybe somebody just stopped by your house, maybe watching a game. Say you're a favorite fan, and maybe you're a fan of the Yankees. And who would you like to just come on your couch and hang out, watch a game with you? And they do that, some ex-ball players. I know a lot of teams do that with guys that you can hire them for the night and come over and hang out with you. I'm sure it's a pretty penny. Just like
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that'd be, Dave Chappelle would be great.
Chappelle would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I mean, and that's the thing. I tended to go to the comics.
Yeah.
Right? Because you just, I don't know, for some reason, you get that that perception that they would be fun. Come in,
Adam Sandler.
do 5 minutes and, have fun with everybody and then, go.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Sandler would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, something like that.
Seth Rogen would be fun, just to get high with and hear him laugh.
There you go.
I wouldn't ask Chris Rock right now. I think he's busy.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to hear.
Joe Coy, Paul Mercurio, our buddy. The comedians aren't always on, though, because I am friendly with Paul Mercurio. When I spent a couple weekends with him, they're just regular guys. When they're up there, though.
No, they're not. And a lot of them do better. So I have the best story with Joe Rogan. So a bunch of my buddies, this was years ago, when Joe Rogan was primarily doing stand-up. It was during his Fear Factor days. He played the Palm Beach Improv before they did the big renovations.
Okay.
And a lot of them went to go hang out with him. And as most comedians do, they'll go and they'll hang out with some people. And this is when Blue Martini was open. And so a bunch of them went to Blue Martini. And a lot of my guy friends, they yuck it up, right? They can crack jokes at each other and just bounce back and forth, bing, bing, bing. So Joe Rogan's hanging out with them because, of course, my buddies are friends with all the super hot bartenders that work there, and Blue Martini had gorgeous bartenders. And so he was like, yeah, I want to hang out with you guys because you guys are hanging out with the hot girls.
Yeah. Hello.
So he did, and so Joe Rogan is and funny on stage, right?
Yeah.
And so these guys are yucking it up, and my buddy was saying that Joe Rogan was just like so quiet and could keep up with them. And so he kind of called him out. He was like, oh, so you're just only like good on stage or something like that, like not in person, like you're not funny. But it's true. Some people, that is their home. That is where they do it best, and they're storytellers, and they're funny storytellers. But not everybody's sense of humor is that wisecrack and always on kind of thing.
A lot of people are not like that.
Yeah, they're just good. But my friends who are funny in person probably couldn't do what Joe Rogan does and stand on stage and captivate somebody for that long either.
Yeah, an audience.
Yeah,
it's different things.
They're completely different.
Well, and some comedians, they do have a script. We talked to Andrew Dice Clay, who was at the Palm Beach Kennel Club last Friday night, and we did an interview with him the day before, and and that was one of the things that he said, that most of his routine is ad-libbed. He doesn't, have a pre-made up story or script in his head.
Yeah.
And, that to me is impressive that you can do that. And those are probably the type that would have a better or easier time with something like that, where, you can kind of see something and just have fun with it, and play it.
Yeah, if you got to have that, again, your storytelling, be able to look at something. Dice Clay was talking about some guy on Wall Street who had like a Spider-Man backpack.
Yeah.
On a scooter.
He's an electric scooter.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the guy on the scooter.
Yeah.
With the Spider-Man backpack. I love it.
Yo.
Dice. Oh!
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We're going to come back with a trifecta, a chance for you to win Sunfest tickets and WWGD. All that and more. Peace.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a nice one for us on this Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, a little warmer out there through the day, but still comfortable with low humidity outside. Breezy with winds out of the southeast around 15 miles per hour. We'll start off your Thursday nice and dry, but the chance of thunderstorms does move back into the area tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast this week, Joe Biden lied to all of us, claiming he didn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, now we have proof that 12 times he was directly involved. So why did he lie? We're going to expose it all. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
Not sure which college savings plan you can trust? Get with the plan that more than 1 million families have saved with. Florida 529 prepaid plans are flexible, affordable options that let you start saving for just $45 a month. You just pick the plan that's right for your budget, and we manage the rest for you. Plus, your investment is guaranteed by the state of Florida, so you can never lose your money. And if the cost of tuition goes up more than originally projected, Florida Prepaid covers the difference, guaranteed. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Earn up to $500 in college savings and enroll for free today.
GiveMeTheVin.com. We've made it so fast, so easy, and so darn reliable. And if we don't beat a CarMax offer, send you a check for $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
New on Curiosity Stream. Nobody said parenting was easy. A psychologist observes real caught-on-tape family moments and helps parents apply simple rules for happier homes on Kids and Instruction Manual. And one of the most well-known images in art history, the Scream, has been stolen numerous times, and it's not alone. Join the hunt for history's missing masterpieces on Raiders of the Lost Art. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
You run a small business, but who's running your HR? Do you have an HR manager? When's the last time you had an HR audit? Do your employees take workplace safety training? My last question to you is this. What are you waiting for? One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. I'm Alan Jones, and I created Bambi specifically for small business. All so you can put your HR on autopilot. With Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate the most important HR practices, like HR policies, workplace training, and employee feedback. And you'll get a dedicated HR manager not for $80,000 a year, but yes, for $99 a month. We're here to help you navigate the most complex parts of your HR, available by phone, email, and real-time chat. And here's what I'm the most proud of. Bambee customers are 4 times less likely to have a claim filed against them, which is why Bambee has received thousands of 5-star reviews. You run your business. Let Bambee run your HR.
Go to Bambee.com/time today for your free HR audit. Spelled BAMBEE.com/time. Bambee.com/time.
The job market is competitive right now, so you need to be competitive to attract top talent. If you're trying to fill open positions at your business, iHeartMedia is here to help. Use radio and digital targeting to find fresh, passive candidates currently in the workforce. These candidates are listening right now, looking for new opportunities. Together, we can let the community know you're hiring. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 and take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
You ever feel like when you're at work, everything you say sounds like this because you're completely unstimulated and you don't care?
But then, when you're talking to your friends about things you're truly interested in and passionate about, you sound like you're alive and loving every moment of it. Then maybe you should try podcasting with Spreaker from iHeart. It's the easiest way to podcast and get paid for it. Just head over to Spreaker.com, Spreaker, and start your voyage from ugh to woo!
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Road work continues along Southern Boulevard. Look out for some delays. 2 right lanes blocked Southern East right at Olive Avenue. 95 drive times up to speed. Turnpike accident free. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Market Disruptors Live May 6th through May 8th in Dallas, Texas. In these uncertain times, it's never been more important to grow your wealth and protect your freedom. All day today. We appreciate you guys listening. 1:45, you can get your chance to win Sunfest tickets. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, good afternoon.
Franny is here.
Hey.
And of course, on the Greek, and we're going to do a trifecta, and then Sunfest, WWGD. We got it coming at you.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
This has been a great offseason for the NFL. They make headlines every day, trades, moves, different things. Derek Carr just signed a 3-year extension with the Raiders, 3 years, $120 million. So if you see Derek Carr asking for $10, I'm sure he will give it to you. But again, Raiders making a lot of moves. They signed Adams earlier, about 3 weeks ago from the Packers, one of the best receivers. So they are getting stacked, and that division as a whole is going to get stacked with obviously the Chargers and the Chiefs. They got a great division going on. And we'll see what happens with that division and the NFL. People can't wait for the NFL counting the days. Remember, there's 17 games, so you get a little lucky with that. And some other people who might have changed was Tom Brady. The rumor about him going to the Dolphins looks like it might have been true. A lot more people are confirming it that he was supposed to go to Dolphins in the front office and then eventually take over to be the quarterback, and Sean Payton was supposed to come down and be the coach. Crazy. That would have been unbelievable for Miami if Brady came down here, was in the front office, and then after that became a quarterback. I don't know if they would have pulled it off, but the speculation is that it was on the table. And last night in the NBA, the Brooklyn in the house, they ended up winning, and they ended up not covering against Cleveland. They will face Boston next. That's good news for the Heat fans, because we don't want to face the Nets with Kyrie Irving, who was 12 for 12 last night out of the gate. Not a good thing for you're a Cleveland Cavalier fan. And then we'll find out who the Heat are going to play, and they open up the playoffs, I believe, on Saturday night. Tonight there is a game between Charlotte and the Hawks, and the winner plays Cleveland, and then that winner will end up playing the Miami Heat in the first round. And that is the NBA playoffs as it looks as of today. Couple games tonight, too. Yankees won last night 4-0. Marlins lost, which was not good. We're 1-4. We got a weekend series, Easter and Passover, and the Philadelphia Phillies are coming to town. So we'll see what happens with the Marlins. Hopefully they get a W this weekend. And that is your trifecta. Jimmy, do we have somebody on hold?
We do. We have our buddy Freddie Covers on the line. Freddie, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, afternoon, gang. Afternoon. How's everything?
Everything's great, Freddie. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Freddie.
I'm fine, thanks for asking. I see life as like a football game. 0 to 20 is like the first quarter, 20 to 40 is like the second quarter, 40 to 60 is the third quarter, and 60 to 80, that's the fourth quarter. If you make it past that, you're in overtime.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good way to look at it.
Overtime followed by sudden death.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know if anybody wants to think about death, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I was reading about Ortiz. I guess he's the only one being inducted in the Hall of Fame this year.
That's the way it looks, yes.
And he credited his real rise and his breakout to Manny Ramirez. They'd go in spring training and start working at 6, and then they'd go play ball, and then he would work out with Ramirez, for 2 or 3 hours afterwards. And he said it was a combination of good whiskey and bench pressing that gave him his big boost when he went to Boston and his strength. He said the bat felt lighter, and it gave him the ability to really just focus on seeing the ball coming out of the hand and not having to think about anything else, because everything else was already all taken care of, and it became second nature to him. But he credited with Ramirez with changing his attitude and changing his work ethic and changing his workout routine.
That's surprising.
He benched 400 once, which is pretty big for a big guy. He also credited the whiskey that he drank. He said that whenever they went out or went to clubs or whatever, that they always drank whiskey, and he actually started a whiskey brand called Whistle Pig. It's aged for 6 years and finished in barrels containing toasted baseball bats.
Wow. I know he has a cigar. I didn't know about anything about a whiskey.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. But nice to see. I'm surprised he's the only inductee this year. I was a little bit shocked about that. Have you talked to Chachi at all lately? How's he doing?
Chachi's doing good. Talked to him last week. And I know you're referring to Dano, and he is doing very well. I talked to him last week and over the weekend.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple times. Via text, we communicated, and he is doing pretty good considering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll send you your wishes.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked and kind of sad. I mean, I know he just got a new house. He's probably got a new big mortgage to go with it.
Yeah, I don't know his financial state in any shape or form. We just hated to see him leave. We love Dano. He did a great job for the station for 27 years.
Do you think that the station's going in a different direction, more music? I see they're going to be doing some music at night. Are you guys doing an hour from 6 to 7 now? Is that what's going on?
No, G-Man has a new show. So it's on another station, and they're just taking that show, and they're playing it here on Real Radio from 6 to 7, correct, G?
Yeah, it's a sports show that I do on 1230 The Zone. It was what I did for years in Miami, 940 wins, and now I'm up here doing it with, and Jimmy's actually my producer. So from 6 to 7, if you like sports, you'll get me and Jimmy.
Oh, very nice.
That'd be good for you, Freddie, because I know you're a big sports guy. We gotta run down the road because we got a couple more people.
Go give some tickets away.
All right, brother, you got it. Jimmy, you got somebody else?
No, we don't.
Okay. You want to get into some WWGD first?
Sounds super. Just get into one and then go to a prize and then finish them up.
Perfect.
Just break it up. Is that what we're doing?
We're breaking it up.
Break them up.
Break
Get
them up,
ready
people.
for WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get out the trombone.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
Remember, cook your butter.
I mean, really?
6 foot.
Yeah, I would say some players in that perimeter.
Seriously?
What is a Buckeye?
A Buckeye is a Buckeye.
It's WWGD.
Yes, of course. And if you ever want to write into WWGD, What Would Greek Do? You can always email us. That's at jimmy@realradio921.com. And you can watch us right now on Real TV. Just go to realradio921.com and click on that Real TV link brought to you by our friends over at Monroe's of Palm Beach. So first off, we have Ted who writes in. And Ted is married, but is getting a divorce.
Oh,
from
congratulations.
I love Jimmy.
Is he a police officer, firefighter, military, pilot?
Yeah. So because he's
surgeon.
From still married but getting a divorce from my wife, sounds like they're separated because, and the reason why I said sounds like it, but who knows, because he met a girl 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
And he asked her out.
Okay.
And she said, yeah. And he was like, listen, I really want to go out with her. But do you think it's too soon to date? Another thing he adds on here. I still do live with my wife until June. And then I guess they are parting ways. So month and a half, and then he'll be parting his ways from his wife, or so he says. So he wants to know, G-Man, Jimmy, do you think he should hold off on dating? Is it too soon? What would Greek do?
I mean, I don't know who wanted a divorce. You can't tell by the email, him or her. It sounds like him based on that he's already out there dating. If he still lives with her, I mean, he might. I don't know what their situation is. It's tough because she might say, where are you going at night? What are you doing? I mean, if you could wait until you leave, I think it would be a lot easier. But if he met somebody he likes him, he's going to go out with her. I mean, that's the bottom line. I would wait, but that's me personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd wait a little bit, or unless this is just a person you can go out and have a dinner date with, and have some fun with. But it sounds like you want to date, and that type of thing. And I'd say it's a little soon, especially if you're the one who was being broken up with. Which I don't know. I guess you wouldn't be going out to date this quick, would you?
I would think so.
You would have to assume that
it's him.
Ted is the one that's doing the breakup.
Yeah, and I'm guessing, but that's what I would think. If he's dating right away, then I think if he's still living with her, he's going to come home and she's going to be like, where'd you go? And what are you doing?
Well, I mean, if you're getting divorced, who cares? You don't have to answer her anymore. Yeah. I mean, I know that sounds cold, but it's the truth. I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're getting divorced. Just give it a break.
Well, even if you're not divorced yet, maybe at least wait until you guys move out.
That's
right?
what I think.
Wait until she leaves. You got a month and a half.
Yeah.
Take a break, pal.
Yeah.
Keep it in your holster.
You're 0 for 1.
Yeah.
Keep it in your holster.
As Greek would say.
That's it. You got a month and a half until she's out, and I think maybe from there, because there's plenty of people who are separated. Hell, I was married up until 2 weeks before I got married.
Yeah, but you weren't. That was totally different.
I know, I'm kidding, but I'm saying they're separate. Like if they are in that point where they are separated, but just because a lot of people are having to do this because of the real estate market, finances. There's a lot of people who during the pandemic or whatever had separated or getting divorced, and they still have to live together because they find it a hard time to move out on their own. Yeah. That has got to suck, but it is a very real thing. So, Ted, maybe at least if you can wait until June. Maybe at least. Do you guys want to give away a prize?
Yeah, we got Sunfest tickets. We're going to mix it up a little. Because usually we don't do this. We don't give away 2 prizes, but this week has been special on Real Radio. We appreciate it. So if you want to go to Sunfest, Jimmy's going to say a quote, and then you got to say, is it Franny or Greek? And pick up the phone now, 877-927-6969. And then when we get done with the contest, we'll go back to WWGD. I think we have a few more.
Back to your, or what do they say? Back to your programming, anyways. So your regular programming. We have a pair of Sunfest tickets, and this has been 2 years in the making, y'all, because it has been due to the pandemic. Last year, they canceled it last minute. The year before, we didn't have it. So Sunfest has been on a 2-year hiatus, and it is back, and it is bigger than ever right there on Flagler Drive on the beautiful West Palm Beach waterfront. This is happening April 28th through May 1st, and we have a pair of one-day passes if you want to go to Sunfest. Of course, I know the phone lines are filling up as they always do for Sunfest because this is a very sought-after ticket. There's going to be bands. I don't know, maybe you've heard of like Counting Crows. Goo Goo Dolls. Adam Lambert. Are you going to repeat everything I say?
Are you going to repeat everything?
Slightly Stupid.
Slightly Stupid.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
Come on, 13 more minutes.
Of course, you can get all the details, including the daily lineup and another chance to win at realradio921.com. Now, Jimmy is answering the phone lines. We will get the first one on as they are received, and he's going to read you a quote. You just have to say, Greek said that, or Franny said that. Is that simple. That's it. And just get it correctly, and you are getting a pair of one-day passes to Sunfest.
All right, let's welcome Lucy to the show. Lucy was able to get back in. She called earlier. Lucy, you're a first contestant for He Said, She Said for these tickets for Sunfest.
Hi, Lucy.
Thank you. Hi.
How long you been listening to Real Radio, Lucy?
About 4 years now.
Oh, that's a good little run you got going. What do you think of that Greek kid so far?
He's doing great.
See, that's how you do it.
Listen to you guys in the morning.
All right. And, all right, so we're going to play a little He Said, She Said for these Sunfest tickets, Lucy. And that's where I'm going to read you a quote, and you got to let us know whether Greek said it or Franny said it. So here is your quote. Okay, here it is. I was stuck in something. I was stuck in something. Did Greek say that, or did Franny say that?
I'm going to say Franny.
Sorry, Greek is the one that was stuck in something.
I was stuck in something. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny was even,
I'm sorry, Lucy.
Sorry about that, Lucy.
What was he stuck in?
Who knows?
Send me an email. I'll draw you a diagram.
Yeah. Lucy, do me a favor and do yourself a favor, by the way. Go to realradio921.com. Go and enter on the contest page. A lot of people don't realize that your chances are so good on that contest page to enter for those Sunfest tickets.
Oh, okay. I'll do that now.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, Lucy. Thanks so much. Kevin, you're next up in the Penthouse for these chance for Sunfest tickets. How you doing, pal?
Hey, Greek.
What is up, Kevin? How long you been listening to this radio station?
About 10 years.
Wow. Oh, nice. What do you think of that Greek kid?
Oh, man, he could adopt me any day.
Oh, look, you found yourself an adoption
There you
child.
go.
You said you wanted a kid.
There it is.
There you go.
All right, buddy. We're going to play a little He Said, She Said for these tickets to Sunfest. I'm going to read you a quote. You got to let us know whether Greek or Franny said it. Here is your quote. Oh, boy, that's a mouthful. Oh, boy, that's a mouthful. Did Greek say that, or did Franny say that?
Oh, man. Boy, that's a mouthful. I'm going to go with Franny.
That's how you do it right there.
Wait a minute, Kevin.
Nice job, Kevin. And this is what that sounded like.
Oh, boy, that's a mouthful.
All right, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to get some info from you here in a couple minutes. And just hang in there tight.
Happy Easter.
There you go.
Happy Easter.
Happy Passover.
Easter.
We may have to do a rollover to be continued
Tomorrow.
for WWGD. What would Greek do?
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we are about a minute. You want to try to sneak one in?
I mean, if you want to try, I don't know.
Let's sneak one in.
How quick are you guys? Let's see. All
If you have a
right.
minute, you can wait.
That's plenty of time for me.
All right, let's sneak one in here,
In a
guys.
minute? I can't do it. I got to feel
You're
it.
going to feel the pressure here.
I want the candle lit.
Here's a quick one. Simple. This is from Aaron. I like a girl at work, but at my job, you're not allowed to date coworkers. I really like her, and we have great chemistry. Greek, is this a bad move if I hit on her? What would Greek do?
Do not go out with people at work. It is not a good thing to do. Highly disregard this and don't do it.
Disregard what you're saying?
Disregard it. Yeah, disregard what you're saying, buddy. Here's my answer. Quit your job.
It's not worth it. It really isn't. And you know what? Work is where you make your money and you pay your bills. Find somebody outside your job.
Okay.
Think what's smart.
So you've never dipped in the company ink before? G-Man?
Bye-bye.
Well, look at that. Time's
Oh,
up.
wow. Looky there. How
about-
convenient.
How about that?
How
Time's
convenient.
We'll ask tomorrow. Finishing strong. That's what our motto is on the Penthouse. Because when you leave a Penthouse, you want to walk away and say, man, I can't wait till I get back.
Or just finishing.
Yeah.
I thought we finished strong. Jimmy, great job as always. Thank you for the Benny and the Hanas. Everything you do is great.
I was more in favor of the Hana myself. And thank you very much, Greek. Thank you very much, Francis. Love working with you guys. It's always so much fun. And thank you for listening.
Great job, Francis. Can't do it without you. It was cold today, but you made it so warm with your great personality and big heart. I love working with you.
Oh, the phooey that comes out of your mouth.
I mean everything I say.
Okay.
Everything I say.
Yes.
We're scared because we believe you.
Oh, man. No, thank you. Yeah,
Bueller?
Yeah, Bueller, hello?
Bueller.
No,
Is this thing on?
Yes. Always a good time. I'm a very fortunate woman to be able to sit here with G and Jimmy in the penthouse. And, of course, you. Because if it wasn't for you, there would be no us. And speaking of you, I know you're waiting on those parting words that come from the G-Man.
If your lunch gets stolen, get over it. Don't worry about it. Don't hold a grudge. Just move on. I'm not upset today that somebody stole my lunch, but I will not forget who took my lunch.
I thought there were supposed to be no grudges.
Just
clearly. No chalkboards around here, kids.
Nope. No grudges, but I won't forget.
My ass.
You like sports? Listen tonight between 6 and 7. You'll get me and Jimmy talking sports and some gambling. It is the Greek, Francis, and Jimmy News Junkies are next. Have a great afternoon. God bless. Peace.
The radio station that all the other radio stations listen to. You're welcome. Real Radio 92.1.
This report is streamed live on our iHeart